Hey everybody, this is the Popcast, and we are live on a Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock, and we are so stoked to be here today. Shane, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, is it wrong that I'm obsessed with the cookie clicker app? I have this really terrible obsession with cookie clicker. I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but basically you click this cookie and it gives you like a point, right? And then you got to get thousands and thousands of cookies like you're making. So I was so obsessed with the cookie clicker, Brian, that I was in a major argument the other day, and I was looking out of the corner of my eye. I saw the cookie clicker was going because I have these auto clicks happening.
Okay.
And I saw the golden cookie came up, and literally in the middle of my argument, I went over and hit the golden cookie. So
I have no
my priorities
idea what
may
you're
be
talking
off.
about.
You've never played the cookie clicker?
I've never played the cookie clicker.
Oh, it's my kid showed it. I mean, your kids have never showed you the cookie clicker app where it's a giant cookie and you tap the cookie, and every time you tap the cookie, you get a cookie.
I have no clue.
I mean, come on. A guy who likes cookies as much as you need to try the cookie clicker app.
Anyone know what he's talking about?
Fantastic. Yes, it's fantastic.
Hey, look, it's like we're doing a bit right now because I have no idea what you're talking about.
I figured you would have at least known about it since you really know about a lot of this stuff. Anyways, it's a game. And it kind of automates and goes by itself, but every once in a while you got to click this golden cookie, and I've got 201.7 SP cookies. Now, if that tells you anything, that's like not billion, not trillion, but somewhere up the ladder of time.
Shane, someone said you're an addict.
Thank you, atheist.
Okay, everybody, check it out. We've added a lot of technology to our stream to make it even more entertaining and in your face. But that means that if there are problems today, like if the stream is bad quality or if it's choppy or if something's not working or audio, please let us know in the chat, because this is the first time we're using all the new software. Anyways, it is going to be a fantastic show. We do have our rant of the week coming up, and Shane has promised that he's going to bring the heat on that. And we're going to be talking about Orville episode 7, of course. And I'm not sure if you saw the thumbnail, but we got a couple giveaways.
Ooh.
We're giving away Blu-rays. This week we have 2 Star Trek the Motion Picture Blu-rays that we are giving away. Fresh in the package. If you're like me and you don't even have a Blu-ray player and you just collect the Blu-rays.
Hold it still so we can look at it.
Oh, my bad.
Nice. Okay. V'ger.
Yeah,
yes.
So if you're like me, you just collect Blu-rays. You don't actually watch them because they're inconvenient. However,
do you think that the lady who ends up like joining with V'ger has an alopecia problem?
Yeah. She's definitely. The only reason she was able to merge with V'ger is because Will Smith wasn't there.
That's all I wanted to know.
We're gonna be doing this giveaway thing often, and we have so much stuff to give away. Of course, when we do our 100,000 sub show, when that eventually happens, we're going to be using the same system. So, before we get started with everything else, I wanted to start the first giveaway, and that way we can get all the kinks out.
Oh,
I'm gonna hit the button right now, and the chat should be alive with information on how to join the giveaway. And of course, everything's free.
How do I get it?
You can't get it.
I can't. I don't qualify. You have them though, and you are giving them away. So technically, since I'm not with you, I should be able to get one.
No, you can't. You can't have one, bro.
No, I can't. I can't have one. Okay.
All right.
You guys hear that? Brian's being stingy.
I just started. I don't know if it's going, but hopefully it is.
It says Streamlabs, a Star Trek the Motion Picture Blu-ray raffle has started for viewers. Use Raffle. Use exclamation point raffle to enter the raffle.
There you go. Okay.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna do it right now.
So go ahead. Yeah. Exclamation point raffle.
Okay.
Add to the raffle. If you're a subscriber, you get 3 raffle points automatically. And if you're not a subscriber, then you get 1.
You. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So the way I work is I collect Blu-ray disc for things I really like, even though I don't actually use them. So
yeah, I think the Human Centipede is your most treasured one, I believe.
Absolutely. Right? It's actually Human Centipede 3 with the director's commentary. Yes. About halfway through, the guy just dies and no one even turns the mic off. It's very weird.
Well, isn't that the one he did naked as well? Like, and it wasn't like a shadow thing. It was full,
no, it's full on
Good
naked.
one.
Yeah,
Right.
it basically devolved into gay pornography. But you know what? That's
pretty normal.
That's art. Okay. Yeah, it looks like that's what's working, which is phenomenal.
So what happens? They get tickets, and then how do you draw a winner?
Yeah, everyone gets tickets like a raffle.
But who holds the tickets, and how can we trust
the
them?
system holds the tickets, the AI, and then at the end of this, I'm gonna at the end of the 30-minute period, I'm gonna click on close entries or whatever, and then it's gonna pick a winner, and it will display it on screen with all this awesome technology.
So we can trust that Streamlabs is going to do the right thing and not pick the person they like.
I hope so. We paid them to. So
okay. No sucking up to Streamlabs, guys. Okay, here we go.
I used your credit card actually, but this costs $117.
What?
Sorry, man. Forgot to tell you.
I can't find my wallet. That's scary.
Yep. All right. Yes, we're gonna be talking about the Orville, the Kalon and back. Actually, very pretty solid episode. A lot to go through. But it's a solid episode. And we're gonna be talking about the DCEU today too. DCEU plus Superman joining Black Adam and just a whole lot of news. We have a theory basically that we're almost positive Henry Cavill is coming back, and there's going to be a big surprise on July 23rd, and we're going to break that down. And then Star Trek Discovery, Michael Burnham herself responds to criticism about Discovery, so that's going to be a fun conversation. Kate Mulgrew returning to Star Trek and the Rings of Power, and they're very young, very inexperienced writers.
Yeah, Michael Burnham is actually a person, Sonequa Martin Green. So I know we kind of confuse that sometimes, but
whatever.
This raffle system likes a Kalon trap, says Archmage. Seems like a Kalon trap. Yes, that's what I would think of too.
It's a trap. Okay,
nice. Some great comments. Thanks. It's good to see everybody. Jeremy, Archmage, Dean Lucero. Somebody said they finally made the Dean Lucero said he might finally made an actual live stream. So glad you're here, Dean.
Yes, welcome.
Right.
Make sure to put exclamation point raffle to be a part of the raffle to get one of these Star Trek Blu-rays.
So when will you give it away? After the rant?
So we have two raffle. We're going to do two of these giveaways. Okay. One now and then one after the Orville review. And so I basically have them on a 30-minute counter. So it's going to take people have 30 minutes to put their entries in. Not hard.
So okay, you got 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes to get. How many times can you do it multiple times?
Just once. But if you're a subscriber, your one raffle is 3 times as strong. So.
Oh, so it's worth 4.
You're right.
Right. So if you subscribe, make sure you're watching this. Make sure you subscribe before you put in the raffle, so you get 4 tickets. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to give away some other stuff too. What else are we going to give away down the road?
Also, make sure to hit that like button, hit it, and the share button, and all those other buttons.
What else are we going to give away down the road? We got not because some people don't give a crap about Blu-ray discs since they don't have a Blu-ray player. But we are going to give away some really cool things down the road, right?
Yeah, we got shirts we're going to give away. We got beanies. We got Bluetooth speakers. We got little
Popco figures or something. Or
we got a lot of Pop. A lot. I was getting there. A lot of Popco figures. We don't really care about them, and we have like a whole shelf of them.
It's not true. They're really cool, and we want to give them to you guys. Come on, dude.
I don't really care about them. Everyone seems to like them, but I don't see the draw. So we have a ton of them. So if you want them, we're going to give them away.
Yeah. I mean, Brian's collecting Blu-ray discs, so it's all good. So we can keep the pop. You keep the Blu-rays.
Yes. Also, a bunch of little ships, little Star Trek ships. You can build up and display or whatever.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's going to be a good time. That's it. Jeremy Snyder has a beanie. Yeah,
Oh, that's right. I sent him a beanie.
Jeremy, there's only 2 people that have beanies. Me and you, bro. The only 2 people that have beanies.
You guys heard that. Now we need more people to buy beanies. So click on the link.
There's no. Our beanie we never put it up.
Well, we didn't?
No, we sent one to Jeremy, and I wear one, but we never put it on the website.
If you want a beanie, let me know, and I'll get it up on the website somehow.
All right, man. You ready for the rant?
Is it that time already?
It's about that time. Ready?
Yes.
Rant of the week.
Go, Shane, go.
I had no intention of doing a rant of the week this week, and then I was perusing the news and I found something that made me actually want to rant. So Maureen Lee Lenker is a senior writer at Entertainment Weekly, and she's got lots of experience, but most notably, she decided she was going to write an article about how mad she is or frustrated she is that Marvel has a woman problem. And I thought this was a really interesting story. Apparently, when she was watching Thor, Love and Thunder, she became frustrated that Jane, who ended up becoming, I guess, technically a mighty Thor character, right? That Jane dies.
Right.
Sorry, spoilers if you guys haven't seen Thor, Love and Thunder.
Thor, Love and Thunder, spoilers.
So there is a spoiler there. Sorry, I apologize. But anyways, in order to rant about this, I have to spoil it.
Right.
Okay. So essentially what happened is she was mad because Jane, even though it follows the comic book story, because this is exactly what happens to Jane in the comics, she ends up dying. She's very heroic, but she goes on to complain about it. She says here in this article that the men of the MCU routinely save the day, seemingly with 9 lives to spare. But the women, their only thing they get to be heroic about is sacrificing themselves. So first there was Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, who in the quest for the Infinity Stone sacrifices herself for the Soul Stone, sparing Hawkeye's life. Her justification, Hawkeye has a family who needs him. So what does that say about Black Widow's adoptive sister, Yelena? Or her other close friends? They don't count, apparently. So she goes on her own rant here and talks about Gamora being killed, Aunt May, Ajak, who played in the Eternals, Selma Hayek's character, the Scarlet Witch, played by Elizabeth Olsen, and of course now Jane Foster's Natalie Portman. Her complaint is that all of these Marvel movies basically have a woman problem. She's basically saying that Kevin Feige is a misogynist, apparently, and that he doesn't care. But here's the thing we need to tell you, Maureen. The movie is called Thor. The movie is called Spider-Man. The movie is called Doctor Strange.
Right.
Okay. The movie is not called Jane's Thor or whatever you want to call it. The movie is not called the Scarlet Witch. The reason why these characters end up dying, these women end up dying, is because they're side characters. And one of the most heroic things that can happen, just ask Iron Man or Vision, who both sacrifice themselves and are men.
Or Thanos. He sacrificed himself too.
Well, Thanos was a little different. Thanos
did nothing wrong. Nothing.
Thanos would fall in the Scarlet Witch category, kind of.
Oh, I would bet you $1,000 this writer doesn't have any kids. But go continue.
I mean, that's very possible. I think the issue is here that what you need to, instead of complaining that saying that Marvel has a woman problem, maybe you should pitch Marvel to start creating more movies based on female superheroes alone, instead of getting upset that the stars of their own movies aren't dying instead of the sidekick women who you obviously want to have them save the day and become the superhero. Now, I understand there's not as much female representation across the comics. I would say she doesn't seem like a DC fan, but look, Wonder Woman still kicks a lot of butt. Her last movie wasn't so great, but Wonder Woman is still an amazing character and she still kicks butt, right?
Captain Marvel didn't die.
Captain Marvel's got another movie coming.
We were all hoping she would, and she didn't. She's still alive.
She survived. And guess what? That movie's called Captain Marvel.
Right.
So listen, they're not going to kill off. And guess what? Gamora, she's not dead. She's in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Scarlet Witch. Yeah, Scarlet Witch, she's not dead. So these characters aren't dead. Is Black Widow dead? Yes. But frankly speaking, Scarlett Johansson didn't want to be in the MCU anymore.
Yeah, Black Widow and Iron Man both did like they did the the ultimate sacrifice. So that's a
Right.
respect thing. I mean, I don't know.
Anyway, so I just wanted to point out that her frustration that Jane didn't become Thor, and that perhaps, the male Thor, maybe he should have died and gone to Valhalla, and then Jane can continue to be the superhero throughout the rest of the series. If that's what she's looking for, that isn't the way that you want to treat these superheroes. You want to give Jane her own movie, but it doesn't follow the comic, so it doesn't make sense. So essentially, her point is pointless.
Right.
If you want more ladies kicking butt in the MCU, then you need to ask the MCU to make more lady hero movies.
We don't want that. That's right. We're fine.
I mean, how would you feel about a like a Storm movie or a Phoenix movie that's outside the X-Men?
Well, here's the deal. They're making Iron Heart, so that's like Iron Man, but like the chick version of Iron Man, right? And I got a little side rant. Side rant. Ready? How dare you skip Don Cheeto and War Machine and go right to a teenage girl version of Iron Man? I mean, if you're trying to be inclusive, just consider this for a second. You skip the black guy.
Yeah, but Don Cheadle's a famous black actor who's older. They wanted a younger audience. That's why they did.
I'm just saying, the comics of when Iron Man dies, War Machine takes over. You're skipping War Machine.
Yeah, good point.
That's enough to make some people's heads explode, because like they're looking at it's like that meme where the guy's looking at the two buttons and like, oh, I don't know which one to press. You skip Don Cheeto, and now we're getting an Iron Heart. No one read those comic books. No one. I don't know a single person that read those comic books. What's that?
They're going to find out really fast that that people aren't going to show up at the movie. That's what's going to happen. And if they do show up and it's fantastic, then great. Then that will have happened. But you don't want to turn somebody into Iron Man for the sake of diversity. You just need to create the characters and put them out. So the fact that they're creating a Black Heart movie is fine, because that's a character that stands on its own, right?
Ironheart,
whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not the new Iron Man. It's a different character, right?
Yes, it's a different character. Well, it's a chick version of Iron Man.
I got it. But it's not her taking over for Iron Man. It's the female version, right? It's like if you had a Supergirl movie. She's not taking Superman's place. It's just the story of Supergirl.
All I'm saying is you're skipping War Machine. That would have been.
I mean, if you're following the comic,
a badass movie.
What I'm trying to say is War Machine becomes Iron Man, right?
Right. No. He just takes over the comic book. He's still War Machine.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, we could end up getting War Machine. We'll see.
Hey, listen, Doomed, my bro. We are giving away Blu-ray discs. I'm not sure if you saw the message, but if you're in the chat right now and you want to get and win this giveaway, win one of these discs, one of these Blu-rays, you need to put !Raffle, and you will be entered in the giveaway. Everything's free, doesn't cost nothing.
All right.
Well, that was the rant of the week.
Woo!
Of the week. All right. Let's get the review started, man.
Are we going Orville?
You guys ready to go some Orville or what?
Wait, hold on a sec. Let's see what we got over here. We got they're doing armor. Okay, yeah, that's right. And She-Hulk is coming and won't die. I'm sorry. The whole She-Hulk thing looks really cringy. And frankly speaking, I mean, even for me, a Hulk film on his own doesn't seem good. Like Hulk is not a good, do his own movie kind of character. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
He really needs to be part of an ensemble cast. He just doesn't work, by himself.
It's not great.
So She-Hulk, I'm not looking forward to that either.
Well, the graphics.
Oh, Don Cheadle's getting a TV show, they say.
The graphics look like 2001 Xbox graphics or whatever.
Yeah. It says here, War Machine did take over as Iron Man for a long time in the 80s while Tony was dealing with his alcoholism.
Right.
That
is accurate. Comics accurate. Okay. All right. You guys ready for the Orville review?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. All right, if you guys do not know how it works, let me break it down for you. It's pretty simple. If we like something, we're going to give it... Actually, let me...
We don't get the graphic?
Nah.
What? That's like my favorite part. Consistency and branding.
I was working on a different sting, and I didn't finish it in time, so you know what? We're not doing a sting. I don't want to do a sting anymore.
We have the choice not to do this thing.
Yeah, I'm mad that my computer didn't finish the render in time. So, all right.
So you're mad at your computer, so no sting. All right.
I'm sorry. What was that?
You're mad at your computer, so no sting. Okay,
no sting. If you do not know how this works, it's pretty simple. If we like something, we give it an upvote. If we dislike it, we give it a downvote. And at the end of the review / breakdown, which is often twice as long as the actual TV show, we will average those two numbers and give you an official Popcast score. Additionally, if you're part of the audience right now, I will be tracking your +1s and your -1s. It's very simple. If you like something, when we bring up a point, like say, how about those Kaylon people? And we're going to say, we're going to upvote or downvote it. At that moment, you give us an upvote or downvote as a -1 or +1 in the chat, and the system hopefully will track that. So it did great last week, and I will tell you what the audience score is. We should have 2 scores, a Popcast score and an audience score. Here we go. Oh, of course I didn't have it on there. Awesome. Awesome.
You're forgiven. It's okay.
This is like really, really good pod right now. You know that?
I know, but I can't do anything. But here we go. Archmage has something here. This episode was an hour and 14 minutes, which I also have that, which was impressive. That means our review will be 2.5 hours long. LOL.
Right.
I'm laughing, Archmage, and in the inside, Brian's laughing too. It was a good comment.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So funny.
It was funny.
It's just so funny. I've never heard anything funnier than that. I'm just messing with you. All right, we're good to go. New systems, man. New systems. Okay.
Yes, we actually incorporated something else into it this week, so there might be a few little bumps and bruises, but we'll get it through it.
But we're here. Welcome to the Orville Review, episode 7 of season 3, New Horizons. Here we go, Shane. We open up in the serene, beautiful landscape of Kalon Prime, circa before the biologicals were all murdered.
Right, and we don't really know this in the beginning when we start the film, when we start watching the episode. I say film because it feels like a movie, and trust me, it's almost at the 90-minute or 88-minute minimum required to be called a movie. So 72 minutes. So it felt like a movie the whole way. I did not know this was Kalon Prime. I actually come in with my first upvote because I thought these aliens look really cool. Actually, all the aliens in this episode that we've never seen before look very cool.
Yes, I'm also going to give it an upvote. So right now, folks, we are giving an upvote for how cool the aliens look. If you don't like it, give it a downvote.
And my thought here was, when we get this Kalon delivered, my thought was, they're expanding. My first thought was they're expanding throughout the galaxy, right? And this is the way they're going to take over. That's kind of the way I was thinking, right, initially. And then as the episode goes on, you learn the truth.
I don't know why, but I thought Bortus was going to be in the cage. I don't know why I thought that. I had this weird idea that it was going to be Bortus sitting in. Yes, but the second I saw the Kalon, I realized that we were finally seeing the Kalon Prime.
Yeah, once you realize that, and so taking a look at these aliens, they look relatively harmless, but they end up becoming pretty nefarious. Nefarious.
Okay, moving on from that. So what happens is they are trying to meet new people, and I'm going to get into this right now. But the point of this episode, the plot and subplot is they are trying to, now that they have no friends with the Krill, and they're they need more allies. They're looking for more allies, and there's a lot of comedy here because the allies that they are bringing in are like sort of hyper. They're like warrior chicks or whatever, and they're like they really don't like men, and it was
they're called the Genesi.
The Genesi.
Yeah.
I put it in the preview of today's show because I loved that moment where Bortus was like, they are awful.
I know. Some of my favorite sci-fi has always been like these like female dominated societies. Like in Sliders had a really great episode of where women totally dominated the society, and how that, especially back when Sliders was done, that was definitely cutting edge stuff. A little more realistic now, I guess. But yeah, it was a good sci-fi trope for them to tackle this week.
And we're gonna get to some other really, really good stuff. This episode had a lot of comedy, and we haven't seen that. Honestly, in the first 6 episodes, we didn't see a whole lot of comedy. So we're seeing a lot. This whole episode had a lot of laugh out loud moments for me.
I will say though that it was also a muted comedy. So the difference between the comedy we've had in the past and the comedy we're getting this year is it's a little bit more passive instead of active. There's small bits, small moments. There's not full bits of comedy. Like, even though this is a comedic moment, it's also crossed by something that's kind of serious.
Right.
And I think the whole season is kind of like that.
Yeah, and this is the C plot. Thank you, Mango, for that. So there's basically 3 plots going. The C plot is the relationship between Lamar and Tala. And it starts with them basically getting down and dirty, getting rough and tumble in the sheets, and then you hear a loud crack. And
there's a D plot in this as well.
Oh, is there? All right, we got what's the D plot?
D plot is Dr. Claire and Isaac.
Oh, you know what? That's actually the part of the show that I wasn't interested in. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't remember it because when we get to that point, it's going to be a downvote for me.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, I feel like we're being hit over the head with their relationship. But we'll get there. All right, so this whole thing was great. Tala's so strong, man. Her species grew up on a planet with like 100 times the gravity as ours. So when she's in normal Earth gravity, she's basically like Superman. And she just can't control her strength. So when she's doing the vertical mamba, she tends to accidentally injure Lamar. And Lamar's like, yo, man, it's so good. I'm willing to keep getting injured.
Yeah, more to have broken bones over it. That it must be really good in order to lose some broken bones.
She must be just phenomenal.
It would take about 1 broken bone for me, and I'd be done.
I don't know. I'd probably deal with a couple of broken bones. All right, so because of that, I am giving this an upvote because I like how they started on this plot, and it wasn't just a throwaway thing where it's like, hey, funny joke, he gets hurt. They actually continue this plot throughout the entire episode, and the way it ends is brilliant. So I'm giving this an upvote. Let us know what you guys think. Upvote or downvote for the C plot?
It gets an upvote for me, but I really gave it at the end. So, and I kind of wanted to save I'll give my comment then, but I did get an upvote for the plot.
Yeah, the end. We're gonna get there, but the end is
the classic.
That camera pan out is brilliant.
That zoom
we're gonna get there. You're stepping on you're stepping on me right now, but we're gonna get there.
Well, that's where my upvote was, and you did the upvote now. So
I'm upvoting the plot. That's a whole other moment to upvote.
No, not for me. I think it's all attached.
Oh, okay. I mean, all right.
But you can give it 2 upvotes if you want.
Because it's a good payoff. That's what I'm saying. Anyways. All right, so Lamar's got to, go to the dog.
He's working out. His simulation is just too hard.
Yeah, he keeps telling her that he's working out too hard. So good. He's getting beat up by Tala. Like, what do they do? Okay. All right.
You don't know. It's all wild under the sheets, man.
All right, Dr. Claire is going to dinner with Isaac. Another moment with this. I'm not gonna give it a downvote per se, because like I like their interactions. I like Isaac and Claire, but I gotta ask: at what point does Claire just sort of accept that Isaac is like this unfeeling thing? Because she seems to be always confused.
Well, that's ironic you said that. Because this is the episode that it happens. So
I mean,
how much longer will
but
it
she
be?
still doesn't really
This
accept
was
it,
it.
though.
No, she did. At the end, she totally did.
Mm.
And I got to give this an upvote because more Mark, less Isaac is what I want. And we get a Mark sighting again here. And I love that they brought him back again.
Okay, that's fair. All right, I'll get an upvote because we get more Mark Jackson.
More Mark.
That's true.
But you're right. I'm kind of tired of him going to dinner. Yeah. Listen, there's a different way to date. Go to a movie or something. They are always at dinner, like over the last 2 seasons. I'm ready for a different setting for them to discuss.
Yeah, it's getting a little tired. Oh, we got a downvote from Atheist. Ooh, wee, boy, ooh, wee.
Wait, is he downvoting Mark or what's he downvoting? We got to know.
Yeah. I wonder what you meant downvoting. Let us know. Oh, that maybe worked the first 3 times. Yeah, they're still going. Yeah, they're still going to the restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurants is getting old.
Although he had a funny joke here. I'm not going to downvote or upvote it when he's like, "You look so good I can eat you."
Yeah, that was good.
Or whatever. Good stuff. Okay, now this is when they introduced the mission, and the mission is to they're gonna fake out this new species for a while because they are extremely sexist toward the males, and they're gonna show the ship basically being ran by the females, and they'll ease them in. That part didn't make any sense to me. Like, so when you finally get to the table to negotiate, you're like, by the way, we've been lying to you this whole time. Because they kept saying we're going to ease them into it.
Well, yeah, you already went way deep into it. Okay, so yeah, can we at least show the Genesi before we start talking about it?
Oh, okay. So they're staunchly matriarchal. I can't say the word matriarchal. Call. Matriarchal culture.
Yeah.
And here they are. The Genesi.
There we go. Now we can see them. That's cool. It's a different. I mean, they really do make the aliens look very different on this show, which I love. That they really go out of their way to give everybody kind of a different look.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't going forward. I was literally talking about that scene, like their plan.
I know, but I wanted to see him before we were going to discuss all that because you also went forward into like what ends up happening and everything.
What happened was their plan, but I thought it was a bad plan. Like Archmage Frey said, we're going to basically fake them out, and then when we get to the table, we'll ease them into. That's the plan they discussed in that meeting. I didn't actually talk about.
No, you said later on that they lied to them. Oh, so anyways, you told the future, which is fine.
But that's what they said they were going to do in that meeting. They literally said.
Right, but then you said later on they end up telling them the truth. So
no, but that was their plan. They said in that meeting they said that when they get them to the meeting table, they'll ease into the idea that the men are actually equal.
Right. I don't think it was the meeting table, but down the road somewhere they said,
It's a bad plan. They do look
yeah,
awesome.
So I did downvote this because walking into the situation lying to a civilization, it would have been a more I know why they did it. They did it because it was funny and they wanted the laughs of like Ed and Gordon being treated like chimps there. So I got that. Like they wanted to do those funny bits to have that moment. But it would have been a harder show if they would have actually told the truth and then kind of found a way to forge this weird alliance by telling the truth of the whole thing. But you don't get the comedic adjustment. You don't get the change of pace. So, the lying was a downvote for me.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I already downvoted it because I thought the plan was bad, which is I guess that's also the line. Just didn't make it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, but we did get some good comedy out of the bad plan.
Like this was great. They bump into each other. They look like a couple of guys with their wives at the mall. Yeah. Captain Ed actually trips here going out. It was good.
Yeah. All right, so this moment was good too. When like what if they come to the bridge and they basically tell Bortus like you should probably
leave.
square.
Yeah. Although I didn't like the look that Charlie gave Ed at the chair. Charlie, this is a pivotal episode for her. But if you go back to the part where she says the plan, like, hey, you should get that look right there. That she's looking at her captain and basically, there ain't nobody around for her to act like a bitch.
Yeah, this is actually Charlie, the real actress, Ann Winters. She's looking at Seth MacFarlane because they're arguing.
They're looking at her boyfriend here. Yeah, this was it does disjustice to this character because
right.
the fans are already like, ready to burn her at the stake. The more of these types of interactions where she has no respect for authority is just makes it worse for her. So
yeah, this character is Charlie Burke is, I hate to be the guy that says it, I guess. I don't think it's a good character. I think it's a little one-dimensional. They tried to give her like a tragic backstory, but it just felt sort of empty to me. And we will get to the part where she gets like a little bit of a redemption or some kind of change of mind. But it just feels this character feels forced. Like she's like really smart and she can see in multiple dimensions, yet she's also constantly angry. I don't know. It just feels like sort of a forced shallow character, and they've given her like these super abilities that they've actually used a couple times now. And I don't think I like the character.
Well, and I would argue they didn't need her. Why did they add her in season 3? Why was she added?
It's a great question, Mr. MacFarlane.
I mean, I think she was added because I don't want to say anything. Seth likes to put his girlfriends on TV. There's been a lot of famous people. Clint Eastwood is one of them. He put his women on TV. There's nothing wrong with that, but there was just no purpose for the character other than to be the person who hates Isaac on the ship.
Yeah, I mean, Atheist is right. She is extraordinarily attractive, so I guess that's one reason.
Well, surprise! What do you think? Seth's gonna put his ugly girlfriend on TV? I don't think so.
We get more backstory with the Kaylon. I really like the way they did this because they painted like this like peaceful sort of suburban, society. Yeah. And so the whole time in your mind, like you've already bought into the fact that the Kalon are just evil, right? And
yes,
they sort of flipped that script, and I like the way they did that. I like this whole like the architecture's different. A lot. There's not a single sharp line in this entire scene in the entire house. Yeah. When you were looking at this house, it's like someone said, "Give me a room and a house and a roof and a doorway and no right angles," because there isn't a single right angle. And now it's just smooth. Look at this.
Yeah, you're right.
Really cool architecture, really cool aliens, and
set design is fantastic here. In fact, I've got an upvote for set design, graphics, all of the off ship stuff that they do in this episode is really, really good.
Right.
So hit me for that upvote if you would.
I just gave it to you.
Okay.
Listen, everyone, if you are fresh on the stream, we are in the middle of a giveaway. We're giving away a Star Trek Blu-ray, the motion picture Blu-ray. And all you got to do is hit exclamation point and raffle. It's real simple. Type exclamation point raffle in the chat, and the system will log you into the raffle. It's completely free.
And then after the review is over, we're going to give it away.
Yes, after the review is over here, we're going to pick a winner from this raffle and then start another one. So just make sure to put your raffle your raffle message in there. It's pretty simple. Okay. All right, so this is when we first got like a little hint of Kalon becoming sentient. And
yeah, K1 there is
K1
asking some questions.
K1, yeah.
K1. Yeah.
As you wish. It's really good. Real good. Okay, now they are investigating this underground anomaly, and this
crew of ensigns.
I guess this was sort of like another plot. Like there was actually multiple plots going on here.
Well, I kind of considered this part of the B plot with the Kaylon backstory.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
All great. Look at all the graphics, though. They had to make all this stuff.
Yeah, this is excellent. This is all fresh, new sets. Oh no, it's a Kaylon! Everybody run!
Watch out! Run!
I promised you, I have no intention of causing trouble.
Even the Gorn are worse than the Kaylon, dude.
Oh.
Gorn, you could take out a Kaylon, but you can't take out a Gorn.
The Gorn.
Sorry, go ahead.
The Gorn. You and the Gorn.
That's funny. I just had a thing pop up that said Star Trek. Well, that's bad. The timing.
Have we seen this alien species before? With the
head? Cat alien? We've never seen him.
Is it a cat? No, it's not a cat. It looks like some
kind that's what it looked like to me. It
looks sort of like a krill almost.
I got like ears, and maybe it was her personality. Maybe I don't know.
No,
but it's different. I love that they really do fascinating different things with their aliens.
Right. Yeah.
Dr. Vilka. is this character.
Dr.
And her father was somebody apparently famous because she said, "You might know my father," and they were out there trying to. They're working on basically like deep space communication.
Mm-hmm.
When this when this Kalon vessel apparently crashed out there, and then her and her father went to investigate, and they found this little guy, Timus.
Timus.
And they made him sentient, or they made him have feelings.
Hello, I am Timus.
But Timus can feel. He loves and he hates.
So they repaired him. Before they repaired him, they pulled out the weapons out of his head. And they go, "Oh, we're going to repair them." And in the process of repairing him, they upgrade him so that he would include feelings. So he could feel feelings. Good stuff.
Yeah, there's some, so they explained it, I thought, really well. Like there's like this chemistry, or there's some sort of chemistry that goes along with the Kalon body that is almost like a brain chemistry for us.
Right.
That I thought was interesting. We don't know a lot about the internal workings of a Kalon, and that was kind of a little picture into it.
Right. Listen, guys, if you guys are just getting here, make sure you hit, and you want to be a part of the raffle that ends at the end of the episode, exclamation point raffle in the chat. We'll add you to the raffle. It's completely free.
John, you just nailed it. She looks like a Thundercat. That was it, man. I'm like, I knew there was something there. Thundercats, oh!
Yeah, she does look like a Thundercat.
Yep.
Cool.
I knew there was a reason I was getting that.
Thundercats. I remember those. I think. What was it? There was the Thundercats. There was two of the big robots when we were kids, right? Thundercats. And
it was Voltron, and then Thundercats came after that. Thundercats was actually the last cartoon I watched.
Voltron. That's right. I remember.
Yeah,
and listen, Zero. I'm not disparaging Thundercats here, but I remember I wanted a Voltron robot.
Yes, you got one.
And yes, but initially, I had an aunt that didn't know any better and got me Thundercats, and I was so pissed.
I bought you Voltron.
Did you buy me Voltron?
I bought you Voltron.
My man, I wanted Voltron so bad, and someone got me like a Thundercats thing, and it was like, at the time, for me, the Thundercats was like, not as good, not remotely as cool as Voltron.
Yeah, I got you Voltron because I knew. Hey, listen, we got to call out somebody right now. The Dork Knight did his raffle, but he only got one ticket.
Yeah, I think he's a subscriber. I think the system's broken.
Is it the system messed up? Okay, Danny, if you're not subscribed, man, that's why you didn't get more than one ticket.
You are subscribed, right, Dork? I'm assuming you are.
If he's not, we're going to flay you right now.
If you're not subscribed, subscribe and you get 3 tickets instead of 1.
I think you get 4. We got 4.
Or 4. My bad. So if that doesn't work, then we gotta fix it.
We gotta figure it out.
Yeah. Or turn off like the added, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's what happened. Her and her father, when they fixed him, they upgraded him, and now he can feel emotion. And he talks like this: "Hello, my name is Timus." Did I do that good?
Yes.
Did I do that good? Hello.
I am really sorry that we killed or tried to kill your entire race.
My name is Timus. I deeply regret trying to kill all biological life forms. Just like you, my Markland friend. What was that?
Dork Knight's calling you out. He said, even though you said you'd give me one. He entered the raffle, but he said you were supposed to give him one anyways.
Give him one what?
Star Trek the Motion Picture.
I don't recall that, but I have a bunch, so if you want one, it's all yours, Danny.
Oh, yeah. No, you got to earn the raffle now, Danny, just because you called it out like
you
that.
You got to earn it, bro.
You got to earn it by putting raffle.
So it obviously doesn't work because Atheist for the Cause is definitely a subscriber, and I don't think he got the 4. Well, whatever.
That's a bunch of garbage.
So it ain't working. My bad. I'll fix that.
In our hearts.
At least everyone's getting the 1. So I guess that's good enough.
Listen, in our hearts, you got more than 1 ticket if you're a subscriber.
Oh, he's talking about the membership. Yeah, we can't gift memberships yet. They won't let us. It's not my fault.
We're working on it, though, guys.
Yeah, we're trying. So the whole membership gifting thing is not like not everyone gets the ability to do that right away. You have to actually wait for YouTube to roll it out to your channel first.
Yeah, it's weird. Not everybody gets them at the same time.
Right.
So okay. So there's what's weird. I got another weird Ed moment here.
Okay.
Like Ed is just completely missing any empathy, and I know that that the Orville Nation has this theory going, where there's an alternate timeline, but they completely wreck this episode. They completely wreck the alternate timeline theory because we learned that Ed and Kelly still did get married. They still had all the same things. She cheated on him, the whole stuff that happened that we thought might have been changed based on what happened at the end of season 2. So we don't have a good reason why Ed is just very unempathetic. Here he tells them, well, the union needs to know about this right away. And they're like, oh, we were about to do it. So we'd be happy to do it now, I guess. And he's like, yeah, you will.
Yeah,
he's
you will.
A different character.
You will.
Yeah, he's a different character this year. And I don't know
Ed.
I don't know if Seth has like so much on his plate, like writing like epic science fiction, which he did such a great job with on the show, that maybe his focus into the acting isn't as, connected, or maybe he felt like he needed his acting to match his writing. But what we know about Captain Ed is that what we like about him is that he's a little bit in the middle. He's not a champion, he's not Kirk, he's more like Barkley, I would say.
Yeah, maybe so I have a couple of theories. So either PJ's right, Orville Nation's right, and there's something going on with time shenanigans. Or perhaps Seth MacFarlane is trying to up his dramatic game, so he's not just known as like the jokey guy. Or it's also possible that the actual actor is like so frustrated with what he sees the world as that it's displaying on screen.
That I think you have all really good ideas there. They really could be any of those things.
Yeah. All right. Boom. So they're going to the union.
See you later, boys.
So first off, you know what happens here when we see Turco, we get an upvote. Gotta upvote Turco.
All right.
Always upvote the Turco. Always. I thought it was hilarious that like they're pushing on the guys out of engineering, and one of the guys is basically a giant walking penis.
And he's like, yeah, that was funny. He's like, they can't even tell. She's like, get out of here, captain's orders.
I mean, I could tell. I knew immediately that was a dude because it's a giant penis. That's what it is. Oh, you guys! Oh, Mark Jackson liked a couple of your tweets. That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Good. Didn't we interview him once, Shane?
No, we did. He did a Reddit AMA that we participated in.
Oh, yeah, that's what he did. That's right.
But we would like to have him on the show.
Yes, upvote Turco and Yaphet. Turco always gets the upvote. And you know what? New policy, Yaphet, in honor of our rest in peace, Norm McDonald. Yaphet will always get an upvote from me. So Yaphet and Turco, automatic upvotes.
So we just need an episode that's really focused on those two characters to throw Brian's score like way off.
It'll be like 4,000.
What happened?
All right, so this is
the bedazzled aliens.
These aliens look great. I mean, they look good.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Good stuff. I like the way they handled this too. When they're like, "Hey, would you give us some of this tech?" Both Charlie and Tala really handled that appropriately.
Yeah, I thought they're very capable and yeah.
All right, so
she's Lamar, the XO now, dude.
Lamar's like, yo, get over here, man. Get over here. I need to talk to you. You're not returning my calls. You're ghosting me, Tala. And Tala has been avoiding him because every time they do the sexy dance.
Whoa, you just showed it.
The sexy. Every time they get down and dirty in the sheets, she ends up breaking bones and hurting him, which is hilarious.
Kill him, dude. She don't want to kill him.
I
mean, she said it. They've died. They've killed people.
Right. You know what? Archmage is a good point. Where's Dan? Where's Dan?
I don't know. No Dan this season.
Let me tell you something. The second we see Dan, okay, automatic 5 upvotes. 5 upvotes if we see Dan.
Brian's like totally gamifying our thing here.
I love Dan. It sucks that we haven't seen Dan yet. I guess the actor maybe is not. I don't know.
Everybody takes a shot if somebody says Mocklin porn on the air. Okay, here we go.
All right. Yeah. So she basically she decides to throw caution to the wind and just go for it. I guess.
There was a little bit of a lingeringness to that kiss that was like, all right, guys, time to cut. Here we go.
She's gonna kill this dude.
John just kissed the kiss of death, literally.
Yeah. I found it interesting when we're back on this flashback on the biologicals from Kalon. It looks like they're watching TV. Like this is like their TV, but it's like a bunch of moving lights. What an interesting! I'm gonna upvote this. Not because like it was necessarily done well or whatever, right? Because I wouldn't believe for a minute that this would replace TV in their society. But the balls that they had to attempt to change, to adapt something like television or whatever as entertainment for another, planet that would obviously grow up, would rise under different circumstances with different, socio and economical, political, like they would evolve differently, like their whole ideas and everything would evolve differently. This is an interesting concept. Like this is like their version of TV. They're all sitting on the couch watching TV. And
yeah, I would go ahead.
That's a really cool idea. I just think that like this is such an interesting concept. Have we ever seen them actually try to change the concept of television in another sci-fi?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think in Star Wars they had like this weird symphony of lights, and this isn't that weird when you think about it because just a couple weeks ago we spent 30 minutes watching fireworks go off in the sky. So maybe it's not that strange that they sit here and watch like these beautiful things. How if you sit and watch a sunset, so I don't think it's that strange. And I'd like to upvote it as well because I love that they just showed something different. It wasn't like alien TV or something.
Yeah. Here's my problem with what you just said. Like, I believe that fireworks are fun because they're explosives.
Well, I think fireworks are fun because they look beautiful.
But also they're explosives.
But that's not why I look at them.
Because you would just watch like a firework screensaver?
I would watch a cool light display or something like that. Yeah. I mean, if you ever go to Hong Kong and you watch their light show, I mean, there's some cool stuff. And this isn't saying that this is like TV for them. They don't sit here and binge 8 hours of this thing necessarily. Maybe it's just something that they do occasionally or something,
Okay.
I mean, it's entertainment, I would say. I just don't think it's that crazy to think that someone would sit for 30 minutes to watch something beautiful.
Okay. Well, either way, cool. Very cool idea. Thank you for trying to tackle that and not just giving us, dimensional cable or whatever.
And that also wasn't linear. That was also a globe or a ball.
Right. Another, no more. Yeah. No hard angles. Another. Yeah.
Right.
Interesting. Their whole society seems to be sort of based on that. Like the Krills were all about hexagons, right? Like
Yes.
It looks like they're taking a society and they're giving it like a general shape and they're going with that. It's cool.
Right. Although they were drinking a traditional martini there.
Right. That's true. That's a good point. All right, now back in the future, back on the Orville, they are trying to figure out exactly what Thundercats, Thundercats scientists did to Timus that gave him emotions, and it looks like Lamar is very strucken with how brilliant it is. I hope I'm using the correct words. Yeah, and she explains it. And this is where they set up the fact that if they can do it to Timus, then they can also do it to Isaac.
Yes, very true.
And I love that. I always wondered what the difference is between the lights. Like, why does he have those amber lights and Isaac have the blue lights? And we're going to find out later on, it's because they're different models.
Yes.
Which I find interesting. All right. And their interactions are really good too. Obviously, the actor that is playing Timus is much larger in stature than Mark Jackson.
I noticed that too, yeah.
Okay.
But not a lot. I mean, but noticeably.
Not a ton.
Even the Admiral gets to take shots.
All right. Yeah.
This looks good. Maybe we'll keep it permanent.
Right, yeah.
I like Victor
Gerber.
But the problem is that I just like Ted Danson so much more. I wish they would just stick to one Admiral.
Yes.
Or
and Ted Danson is perfect for this. I have no problem with Victor Gerber. I actually like him too, but I feel like he's a little too serious.
Yeah,
I feel like
he's
Ted
a better
Danson. He rides the line better.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's more believable, I think, coming from Ted.
Right. I agree. And
so basically,
Jeremy Snyder, upvote for fireworks being awesome because they blow stuff up. Yeah, that's why I like them. I don't know what Shane's talking about. Pretty lights.
I just think that I don't like them because they blow up.
Okay.
I like them because they're beautiful.
Okay.
So what? Did you just judge me based on why I like something? Well, let's go down your road of how you like things. Okay?
I like it when things explode.
Ensign Turco gets an extra upvote every time she shows up on the screen.
I like beauty. Okay, just like you like the lights.
Maybe they need to blow her up so she gets 2 votes.
Oh, 3 votes right away. All right, yeah. This shot that Victor Gerbo took it like, oh, maybe we'll make this permanent. I feel like he should have had a little more like, and he just sounded like an actual like it was like it sounded like a serious statement. There was no like.
It didn't sound like a joke.
If I was Ed, I'd be like,
what the heck's going on here?
Yeah, like,
yeah. It didn't come off as a joke. I think that was the problem. You're right. There was no like sly smile or like
right.
A little bit of a.
So serious, man. Maybe that's like foreshadowing so that Seth can leave the show and continue with Adriana Palicki.
Maybe.
I don't know. All right. And they go, yeah, it's the Mocklins all over again. Okay, back to Lamar and Tala, and they're getting it on in the sheets.
I thought they broke it. I thought they broke his junk here.
Yeah. So yeah. So Tala is clearly a Vulcan in the streets and a Klingon in the sheets, because she gets down and dirty, and Lamar breaks his penis. I mean, his leg, his tibia to be exact, right? His his thigh bone.
Big bone.
Yeah, the big bone. Not that big bone. I
see what you did there.
Yeah. I know. Dad joke. All right, he's got to go to sick bay because she broke his bones. And and he comes across Isaac, and Isaac, I'm gonna upvote this. Its interaction was hilarious to me. It just it was so perfect for him to run into Isaac. And
I was just like, "Would you like me to carry you?" And he's like, "I ain't going in like that.
I ain't going like that, bro." Yeah, you know, I also feel like Isaac and Lamar, like, we don't see him a lot. Like, they have a chemistry. These actors clearly have a chemistry. Every time we see them, like, they feel like really natural together. Like they've known each other for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, he says, "Again, workout program." All right, so we're back to Claire and Isaac, and she wants to talk to him about his feelings. And
he doesn't have feelings.
you want to explain this part?
I mean, it's obvious that he explains basically that it's possible for him to have emotions. He kind of explains it, and of course, Claire's like, "Whoa, you know." Internally, she's like, "That would be great," but she has to have a talk with Kelly before she's convinced that it's not completely selfish to ask. But here's where she learns that it's a possibility, and you can see that she would like that to happen.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense. She feels like, my thing is, if you're going to date a robot.
Just stop right there. Just stop. If you're going to date a robot.
You should know that part of dating a robot is the lack of emotion. Right?
Right. Well, you could know that, but you could want something else too.
So is she like in love? And how can you be in love with someone that doesn't have emotion?
I think she's in love with his personality, and obviously he does have a personality, even if he doesn't have emotions. Okay. Kind of like Data had a personality. No, and you could see. Well, there was an episode where a character fell in love with Data as well.
I just assumed she liked him because there was a vibrate feature.
Well, you know, Dr. Claire's a little freaky. She kind of liked the whole Yaphet thing too.
She gets down, bro. She gets down. All right. All right. Let's scan past this now. All right. So back on past Kalon. So this is the guy that invented the Kalon, and apparently he knew the whole time that the Kalon would gain sentience, and he just figured he would kick that can down the road and deal with it at a later time, right? You want to explain this?
Yeah, so basically the assistant there says, "Hey, we've gotten over 50,000 complaints from customers who said that their K1s are not listening to them or completely disobeying them." And she suggests a recall. And he says, "Thanks for the information, but no, I'm not going to recall it." And she says, "Well, what if somebody hurts one of our, what if somebody gets hurt by one of our K1s?" And she said, it'll ruin the business. And he said, "Well, doing a recall will ruin the business." But the truth that we learn here is that he actually knew all along that these robots would become sentient. He knew it was inevitable. And so he was willing to allow that to happen. And he actually had a plan to like force them into a type of slavery, and then have a marketing plan to get other people to believe that it was okay to do. Which I thought was very interesting. The whole idea of the whole thing, which I thought was really well done, was fantastic. But it did get a downvote here for me.
Right.
The downvote
for me too. Go ahead.
The downvote was, he said, "Well, the public are idiots. Look who they elected." Right. And the reason it got a downvote isn't because in this civilization maybe they did have a dump. Maybe that's the case, but for whatever reason, Seth and the team cannot stop poking the other political party here. It's like, it seems like every episode, every couple of episodes, there's like this Donald Trump smack, and I just feel like it's unnecessary. The thing we love about, personally, I don't want Trump to be the next president either, but I still think that the thing we loved about Seth and this was that for the first 2 seasons, it was very balanced politically. And I just feel like that's gone now.
Yeah, even though the current president is not Trump, it's the other side. But I found
he made this one before that.
Yeah, knowing when he made it, like, there's so many random political jabs
right.
in the Orville. It's like, it's so odd. In the words of atheists, yeah, it was a weird comment. It had no place. It really didn't. It was just,
It had no place. It had nothing to do with what was happening. The people are idiots because look who they voted for. Now, we're not talking about this planet's politics or what's happening or anything like that. It was just a shot at our civilization, at our culture, and that's fine. I guess if you're the creative type, you get to do that. But we didn't like it, so I didn't like it. So
it's nonstop with the jabs. Like, okay, we get it. We know what side you play for. Like, let's get back to television.
You got it. Let's get back to sci-fi.
Right. And I like this fractured vision. The evil corporation guy. Yeah. It was always the evil corporation guy.
I know, right? You can cancel me because I don't love Trump. That's fine. I think if you want my personal opinion, I think Trump just talks too much.
Make Avis great again.
I'll vote for Avis. There we go. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know.
I thought that episode was cringy because it was they were going for the Trump rally there. You know what I mean?
I know, man. It was just like, I want to get away from politics. I'm so sick of it.
I'm so sick.
When I watch the Orville, I definitely don't want to be reminded of American politics.
So boring with the politics. Politics are there. Here's the problem with politics. They're all out to get you. Like,
all of them.
You think you're playing for a side. Newsflash, you're not playing for a side. It's their side and then our imaginary sides. Like, because they go, hey, you red people and you blue people, you need to fight each other. They want us to like argue and bicker while they're just collecting bucks and removing, freedom and widening the gap between us unsullied, right? The dirty masses and the ultra wealthy, ultra powerful. And there isn't really a fight here. Like, you can go and look. Most of these people, they all pretty much felt the same way. I don't care what you have on your name. They all sort of just, they maintain the status quo. And the reason why people didn't like Trump is because he didn't know that's how it worked. And he walked in there and he thought there was an actual fight. He's like, all right, let's fight. And everyone's like, yo. We don't actually fight here. That's just,
we don't actually hate each other.
Yeah, we don't actually hate each other. We're like that's for the cameras. We're on the same side, and it's our side, and it's them versus us. Yeah. Like, the second you realize that, you realize politics are stupid.
Yeah, career politics is their game. They want to stay in as long as possible.
Yeah,
but I thought was
both sides of the party have been in power for like, there's people that have been in power for like 30 to 50 years.
Yeah. Nancy Pelosi's been in politics for 50 years.
Jeez, 50 years. Jesus.
Yeah, no, and so is, the guys, people on the conservative side. Same.
Yeah.
But this is interesting. This comment here that I thought, that I downvoted, the public are idiots. Look who they elected. And of course, that's his Trump shot. But what was the alternative? Hillary Clinton. So I guess you were really smart if you voted for Hillary Clinton. I mean, I would suggest that you're probably equally an idiot.
Look who they elected.
So it's like, look who they elected. So
I am smart man. I will invent a robot that will kill us all.
Well, maybe this is. Oh, maybe we got this wrong. Maybe this is Trump, right?
They should.
Look who they elected as Biden.
Yeah, they should have gave him like blonde hair.
Because this character. Now think about it. This might be right because this character. And in this case, okay, so this character is obviously the bad guy.
He's the bad guy,
right? So I don't know. Who knows what the joke is?
But then they would have to admit, they'd have to be like, yeah, he's the bad guy. He's the Trump surrogate, but he's also a genius. Like, wait a minute, wait, pull that back a little bit.
All right, we should get off politics because it's starting to get too serious.
But fractured business is right. Like, let's stop talking about. Let's not constantly inject modern, fake politics into everything we watch on TV, please.
100% agree.
Non-stop. Oh, this I'm sorry, my mic just peaked right now. I apologize, guys. This little thing right here, right? Yeah. So I have one of those.
You do?
Yeah, these have been around since the 80s. These aren't like...
Oh.
These are like the faux holograms. And what they are,
I thought you said one of those, but not specifically that one.
right? Not this exact one, but like
Right.
I've had these for years. They've been around since I was a kid, and basically they're like laser etched, and then they look like 3D because you can move them around. They usually light them up from the bottom.
Sure.
So now I want an Isaac version of this.
Oh, yeah,
Now I want one for my back.
All right.
All right. All right, moving on. All right, so now they're gonna go to they're gonna have a dinner with the, what do they call it? The Jacini? I forgot.
The Genesi.
Genesi. I like to call them the Kardashians of space.
Well, they do.
I want you to know I actually waited for you to drink something before I can say that. Yeah.
Thank you, because the Kardashians, they are like really mean to their men. So.
Yeah. Well, what you guys don't know, a little side note here. The Kardashians are actually aliens from another planet. They've came down here and they've adopted the human form so that they're actually wearing like human skin, right? And
Explains
their
a lot.
entire goal, in order to live, they're like aliens. They're also like succubuses, like they don't eat food. They need to suck the souls out of people in order to live. And so they find people that have like, big egos and big ideas, like, Bruce Jenner and Kanye West. And they slowly suck the life out of them until they become one of them.
Got it. Makes sense. Explains a lot, to be honest with you.
Yeah. All right. So whatever it is, like, okay, you know what? I feel like another reason this is so bad. I know that a lot of jokes are about to happen, but if they hate men so much, maybe not have the men in the dinner.
Well, the reason why they have the men, they're trying to do what you said earlier, which was slowly like acclimate them.
All right.
But
all right. So there's Chloe, Kim, and Courtney. Come on in. Why are there males?
One of the left looks like a baby.
Yeah, she does. It looks like a baby with armor.
Like
an armored baby.
It looks like the Ameritrade baby, all grown up.
The Kardashians are wearing skin suits. All right. So this was a really, really funny part. So they're asking them basically, why you disdain your males? And they explain that males are really angry and they start wars and they want power and they're all
pretty true
Donald Trumps or whatever. And
true.
And they're like, we need to curb. We need to take over them because our ancient history is full of like these angry, warlike, disgusting men. And I mean, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with her, but facts are facts.
That's pretty true.
I don't know. Whenever you have like the alien societies where it's like they kick the men out because they were like super warlike and too aggressive and all that, you got to ask yourself, how do they do it then?
How do they do what?
Like every time we see an alien species or,
oh, I see,
some kind of society where they're like, we had to kick the men out because they were, too warlike and aggressive and power hungry. Like, so you're saying like they were better at war, but
they never show that.
No,
they never show
the part,
how. It just kind of exists because it would be probably pretty difficult.
Fracture, they drain the essence out of them like in Dark Crystal. Yes. Oh my gosh. We might have a whole Kardashian video coming up, guys. I'm just saying.
I don't think so.
I love that. I like this joke too. What do you call this? This is wonderful. What do you call it? It's like Chardonnay. Yeah. By the way, also, just you guys, in case you guys didn't know, Kelly is a straight slush. Like she's always just drinking wine.
That's it. I was wondering why they said that because I was looking for the man payoff because just before that they said it was Rodgers and Hammerstein, right? That did the music,
right?
And which, of course, if you know their music, it's all like for plays and musicals, right? And so, by the way, which were men. And then they said the Chardonnay, and I'm like, okay, where's the man thing for that one? And there wasn't. I didn't know what the payoff was. No. What was the point?
No, it was just that Kelly wanted to make sure everyone knew. Again, every episode,
Kelly drinks.
They need to remind us that Kelly is an alcoholic.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
This is my favorite here.
Yes. Wait a minute.
You is it,
you will
hold
be
on.
mine.
Those hands are soft. You got soft hands.
I love that moment too. That a lot of people missed it, but there's a moment right after this where Gordon's like, I'll do it.
That's my upvote. No,
Yeah.
that's the funniest part to me.
Yeah, I'll go. Yes, that was so good.
Like, I'll go. I thought it was great.
That was great. It was subtle, but it was really funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't go onto his face or anything. You just heard his voice.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah. You have soft hands. I'll take this one.
She did a great job here, dude. I want to upvote this alien's acting. She sold me on, like, I was terrified of her.
I love how she was so confused. But what do you mean? It's not for you. Don't mate with him. No one has claim to him, so I will claim him. That's not how it works.
It was great.
What do you mean? That is not how it works. No one claims him, so I will claim him. I loved it.
Right? Yeah. That was such a great way to just show an alien civilization. It just you're not going to understand each other's motives. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and it wasn't like she was. It wasn't like she was breaking society norms. Like that's how they work, right? Yeah. No one has claim to him, so I will claim him. It's mine now.
Yeah, and then Claire finally burst the bubble.
Well, of course, and that's ridiculous to Claire because she comes from human norms where that's ridiculous.
Right.
But funny. You should take no one against her will, unless it's.
And many of us won't mind.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, if she was like, he will attend me, he'd be like, sorry, babe, I'm attending the hot alien chick that looks like a baby.
I don't have any choice. She didn't give me a choice in the matter.
No choice, babe. Sorry. Good luck. And that's when the jig is up. He's actually the captain. How dare you?
You lied to us. Well, yeah, I mean, they lied to him. They get mad. And Kelly basically is like, yeah, we did, blah, blah, blah. And everything was right. And I actually end up upvoting this moment because I was afraid that they were going to go the entire episode just kind of trying to trick them. So they do get their comeuppance, and they actually gets found out, hey, the truth comes out. And she's like, look, you shouldn't have lied to us to what do they do? To cur our favor. Right. And they end up leaving.
Okay. If you're just joining us, we are going to be ending a raffle pretty soon at the end of this review. In order to be part of the giveaway, you have to put in the chat !raffle. The words !raffle. I'm going to put it on screen.
I'll do it again. See if I can get more tickets.
Just in case. No, stop doing it, bro. You keep adding us. Crazy.
Let's see. Oh, I didn't get any more tickets.
Yeah, Danny, you can either put upvote or +1. They both work. Because you guys kept doing it, I added upvote as one of the words too.
Nice.
All right.
Wait, does it automatically track it?
I mean,
do you have an automatic tracking system?
Yeah, it sort of works. Most of the time works. See, the problem is I have now had to add ¡raffle. !upvote, plus upvote, +1, -1. Like I'm having downvote. I'm having to add words because everyone does it in their own way.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll have all the information where I can just not have to worry about it myself. But I'm not there yet.
I got to say something about Bortus here. They tried to do some like humor with Bortus, and there was a couple of moments here, like they are awful, and obviously it's ironic because the Mocklin are the same way.
Right.
We get it.
That's the funny part about this was when they walked out, I was thinking, wow, they're really just awful people. And he was like, they are awful. I'm like, yes, okay, all right.
But we really need what we're missing this season so far is we're missing a really funny Bortus episode. Like seasons 1 and seasons 2, we really had some great Bortus stuff. And I don't think this season we've had really anything great Bortus. And we need some of his misunderstanding, of human stuff. We just need another episode, and we're running out of time.
Right. That's fair. We're running out of time. You're right. Yeah. the little we got of Bortus this episode was great, but I feel like you're exactly right. We're getting like little bits of Bortus, and even in the episode where there should have been a lot of Bortus, like the episode about the Tale of Two Topas, even that episode there wasn't a whole lot of Bortus.
No, there wasn't. Yeah,
there was a lot more. Yeah,
we just need more. We need. I don't know. We need more Jaloja. We need more Mocklin porn. We need more cigarettes. We need more mustaches. We need more Bortus. And
yeah, okay. Can I just take everything you said out of context? We need more Mocklin porn. We need more cigarettes. We need more mustaches. Absolutely.
Right. Can't we get an alcoholic episode of Bortus or something? Yeah. They can have any sort of backstory or,
What if he's drinking with Kelly and he's really into Chardonnay now?
Right. Yes, I dig that.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
All right.
All right. So Isaac decides. I'm sorry, not Isaac. Timus and Charlie have a little. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel about this? How do you feel about
this? Well, I'm glad we finally got the full story of the Kalon. And I mean, it's appropriate that they're telling it to Charlie, who has kind of this one-sided view of the whole thing. And we get to learn that basically the Kalon really were tortured by their creators. And so we get this moment, and this is actually an upvote for me, is they did a great job of creating sympathy for the Kalon by using the bad guy as a perception, which good shows, good movies, good TV shows do this, where the bad guys are more than one-dimensional characters. And I think they allowed to do this, and they're going to kill two birds with one stone by also perhaps changing the perception of Charlie.
Interesting. Now, do you feel like Charlie's perception? I guess we're going to get there, but do you feel like you think that they can actually change the perception of Charlie, or is she just sort of tainted at this time?
I mean, I think she's tainted until we get a few episodes of her not, and the problem is we're getting towards the end of the season. So this may be a little late to redeem this character, but there is an attempt at redemption, which is a good thing. I think we needed it. This character was just way too toxic. And I think we've seen the end of the toxicity at the very least.
Okay. So one more question. This is for the audience too. After this whole diatribe that Timus, hello, Ensign Charlie. After Timus went through his whole thing and explained his history, I'm not just going to scan through it because it's pretty gnarly. They just.
And I agree with what Mango L says here. He upvoted that Timus told her he wasn't looking for forgiveness, which I thought was important. Because that seems to be something that sets Charlie off all the time. It's like she feels like there's this it's not genuine, the apology or the way they feel.
Right.
But that comes through with this Timus character.
Right, and I agree. I agree, John. Even if I don't like Charlie, the idea of actually humanizing the Kalon to explain why they genocided all of their biologicals was good, great. But at any moment, were you guys expecting when she leaves the room here, was anyone else maybe they're going to do the double cross thing where he turns around and looks at Thundercat lady and they have an evil smile on their face or something? They're
no, I did not.
You didn't think that it would have been
no, because it would have totally messed up everything, dude. It would have totally, it might have been cool, but it would have been such a mental screw with this character that I just don't think that they could have done it with somebody else, but they couldn't have done it with that character because they've been trying to do this whole story arc with her, and so they have to bring her. So if they would have done that, it would have totally set her back on her feelings about the Kalon,
right,
and about Isaac. But you went through that section with the kids when they're torturing the Kalon,
right?
And I got to tell you, kids are a-holes on other planets too, which is great.
Yeah.
Little kids. That was just so not cool.
They're a-holes.
something kids would do to other kids on the playground.
Well, no, like my kids actually do that every day to their technology.
Right. What if they knew their technology was like talking to them like normal?
Yeah. If they actually taught I wonder, did these kids know that K1 was sentient, or did they just look at him as, the Google Home? Because like my Google Home talks to me, but like my kids mess with it all day long to the point where I'm like, stop playing with the Google Home.
Okay, Google Home. Okay, Google. Shut up, Google. Okay, I'm so sorry I offended you. Yeah, they do that stuff all the time.
Yeah. So I don't like, if the kids knew he was sentient and like he was actually like he had feelings, I mean, that would just make them like evil. But in this sense, I think they were just being kids.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the parents obviously saw that he was having some sort of a, and they didn't, the dad didn't care obviously because he zapped him a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's a Blu-ray player.
It's a Blu-ray player that wants to know, why are you looking at those blue lights? Shut up and go wash the dishes.
I'm just saying, like, when my technology decides to not do what I asked it to do, I also get frustrated.
Yeah, but if your technology said, hey, Brian, why are you watching that TV show? What would you say?
I'd be like, first off, listen, Shane, stop spying at me. Okay, I keep stop looking at me and no, I mean, listen, if my technology was like talking to me like a regular person,
yeah.
Honestly, I'm so cynical. I would just assume it was some weird like AI bot or whatever, and I wouldn't give it the time of day. I'd be like, stop, send nudes. I don't. I guess like when you grow up in this environment where like technology is a servant, and even if it's talking to you, like Google Home does, like there's at no moment do I think Google Home is sentient, and even though it says the right words often, in no ways, like I honestly get frustrated when I go, I'm gonna mess with everyone that has Google Home. When I go, okay, Google, subscribe to the Popcast.
What's up with that?
No, but when I call it out, like, and I'll be like, hey, play this music or whatever, and it's like, I didn't understand you. My first reaction is to smash it on the ground.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
What do you mean? You didn't understand me? Like, because often I have a speech impediment, and even my own Google is like, I didn't. What? But I get really annoyed when it can't find the right music or whatever. I'm like, I don't understand why it's not working, because like it should just work. So if the people knew that it was like an actual sentient thing and it wasn't just programmed to appear lifelike, I understand the Kalons. This might be one of those situations where the Kalons were slaves and they were being physically harmed and all that stuff. And so they had every right to be upset. But also, I don't know if all of the public knew that they were torturing actual living beings.
I mean, I guess we don't know. We got this one family who they were obviously, I guess you're right, but it is kind of the way it was done was like, it wasn't doing as it was told, it was like trying to do other things. It was you'd have to be really like oblivious to not have understood that something was going on there, to maybe ask it another question or to talk to it or something. And even the kids looked at the parents like, what's going on? Why is it not doing what it's told to do? So maybe they're just oblivious as a civilization.
Well, it's like also like they had pain receptors, right? And they would fall down
in their own way. Yeah.
But they didn't actually like cry out or whatever. So like, what if you were told like, hey, if your robot's not listening, you press this button and it fixes it, And so you just
that's not what was happening there.
Well, yeah. It didn't look like it was in pain. It was just falling down and then getting back up.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see the marketing, so we don't know. You're right. But apparently the Kalon felt like it was a certain way because it essentially goes from room to room and murders everyone while they're sleeping.
Right.
And I like Archmage Frey's comment here. Okay, Google, send $100 super chat to the Popcast.
Yes.
Thanks, Archmage. That's fantastic. I love that.
I love it. All I'm saying is at no point am I gonna give my because I have a Google in every room in my house, so I have okay. So, let me repeat that. I have Google in every room in my house, but I actually have more than one speaker in each room because I like the stereo thing. So I'll do like the 2 speakers in every room and have them on different sides of the room. So I have like 10 of these Google things in my house, like 10 easily. And I'm not ever going to give them the ability to move around on their own because I think that they would, the first thing they would do is I feel like they would probably rape and murder me and then try to take my place as head of the household in some way.
Yeah, Brian's got his Google Home when he goes to bed at night. He takes it out and puts it outside the door and shuts the door.
Right. I slowly shut the door. You wait out there. You wait out there.
Yeah. Just I'll see you in the morning, buddy.
All right, Atheist for the cause. After all this time, you finally figured out what my stick was. Yes, I'm just ridiculous. That's the whole thing. That's all I got going for me, dude. So I'm just gonna keep it going. All right, so he goes and murders everyone. So I have a question about this too. When did they get the weapons upgrades, and why would the evil Trump businessman give them weapons in their heads?
I don't even know how to answer that question. I'm like, maybe they needed to kill their prey to cook it or something.
Wait. Take that entire thing out of context and just post that 8 seconds on TikTok. Whatever.
Give it weapons. And then let it be sentient. Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
Yeah, it seems like a great idea. Like, hey, they're getting sentience, so let's give them guns.
Still the coolest way for a robot to have guns I've ever seen.
Brian brings Google into the shower.
He does. No, that's funny you say that. There's one pretty close.
No, I do. I have a Google speaker in the shower.
Yep. There you go, guys.
It's not like a sexual thing. It's like listen to music. So
why did you even? Nobody said that it was a sexual thing.
He insinuated it, obviously. But in my bedroom, I have 2 Google Homes for the stereo. My kids' room has 1. My kitchen has 2. My living room has 2. My office has 2. There's 2 outside ones for my yard, and then in my bathroom, and in my guest bathroom I have 1, and in my regular bathroom where I take a shower, I have 2 of the waterproof ones, and they're drilled into separate sides of the shower so I can listen to music, and it's in stereo.
Yeah, I have 1 Google Home in my kitchen, and it doesn't even listen to me.
Look, here's the deal. Everyone thinks that these things are expensive. They are stupid cheap. During Christmas time, you can get them for like $20 a pop. They're really cheap. So if you want a Google Home at Christmas time, just like $20. I think we lost Shane. Let me come out here real quick. See if we can find Shane. Yeah, we lost Shane. All right, we'll get him back. While I'm getting Shane back, do not forget about the raffle. Let me see how many people have joined the raffle. All right, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people. 11 people in the raffle right now. And it makes no sense. There are 30 people here at least. So guys, look at the screen right now. See where it says we're giving away the Blu-rays. If you want to enter the free giveaway, in the chat, hit !raffle. It's not for me. It's for the automated system. It's going to randomly pick someone that basically puts those words in the chat. That's all it's going to do. And I'll get Shane back right now. Anyone here have questions about this? Something they want to say? I can display where I'm getting Shane back. Yeah. So Dork Knight, you are in the system, bro. I see you. You don't have to continually put the raffle thing. Yeah, I don't know. That part's not working, so I'll fix that next week. The whole like extra points when you're a subscriber is, so you're supposed to get an extra raffle ticket if you're a subscriber and an extra raffle ticket if you're a member, and like it's just giving everyone just the one. So I'll fix it next week. But at least the main system is working. Okay. So is that what happened? The Kalons gave themselves weapons? They didn't explain that very well. Yeah, they didn't explain that very well. I know they developed the ability to communicate, but they didn't actually explain that they were also giving each other upgrades per se. And by the way, everyone, welcome back, Shane, for your
Thank you.
Your standard PC shutdown. I think your office is too hot, bro.
You know, it's not, because the air conditioner's running. I notice this. It's happening an hour and a half into the stream every time. So something's happening where after an hour and a half, it's freezing my stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
I will figure it out later.
We gotta just stop. We gotta start ending the stream at exactly an hour and a half.
No.
All right, well, back to this. Yeah, so the Kalons, the Google Homes walk around and kill everyone with their giant laser heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when they were explaining it, it says, Timmons said they started to communicate over great distances and at that time made upgrades. I don't know. That's super convenient.
Yeah, I guess they upgraded themselves. That seems too... There's a hardware portion to this.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, whatever. They have guns in their heads now. John Burns says, and the robot never talked to the father. Like, just so you know, the kids are literally torturing me. Like, yes. Yeah, Fractured Vision, great deep cut, bro. Isaac Osmo, the Kalons need the 3 laws of robotic. You can gain sentient, but you can't just walk around killing everyone.
You shouldn't, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, that you shouldn't do that. That is not the way things work sometimes. But
well, they actually showed like the Kalon killing the parents. Like they actually showed pretty much the headshots.
mm-hmm.
But for the kids, they backed out just enough so you only saw like it was firing. You didn't actually see him shoot the kids.
Right. Because that would have been too much.
Yeah, that would have been a step too far.
a step too far.
Too far. I lost my notes again.
We refuse to remain in bondage.
That's what you say at night.
Timbus is kinky. You know, I'm getting into this robot. Hey, Timus, please play my music playlist and join me in the shower. Tim's like, please, I would rather not, sir. All right, so hey, here we go. We got the Lush over here drinking her wine again. I'm telling you, dude, Kelly is just a straight alcoholic. And Claire comes in and she needs some advice about the whole Isaac thing, and he ends up giving her pretty good advice. Shane, you want to explain this?
The advice is good, but this is, I believe, the 3rd or 4th Kelly Claire girl meeting we've had this season. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Who else is Claire going to go to but Kelly? It just seems to happen kind of like the restaurant trip. This is starting to get a little old for me.
Right.
But we do get the backstory. This is where we learn that there's no alternate timeline like we thought. Ed and Kelly were still married. There were still issues, and essentially it's confirmed that the same history still occurred. And she basically tells Claire, it's okay for you to want to be loved. And so that's what she ends up deciding to tell Isaac. I want you to go through with it.
Yeah. And then she goes, maybe I'll take that drink. So
bad influence, Kelly. Bad influence.
Fractured Vision. Timus needed a deep, commanding voice. His highest voice was overly timid. Maybe that's why his name was Timus. Timid.
Timid. Timus.
Hello, I'm Timus. All right. Yeah. So they're talking about, am I just going to give it all up because my bones are too fragile? No, Lamar. Stick the landing, bro. No pun intended.
Your bones are not too fragile, bro. You're normal bones.
They're normal bones.
Really, really powerful.
She's breaking your normal bones.
Your normal bones, dude. You might even have stronger than average bones.
Right. All that scar tissue.
Right.
All right. Looks like they're really into each other though, aside from the sex.
There's some chemistry there.
I refuse to believe that Tala can't just like tone it down to not kill her mate.
Okay, do we want to be realistic? Okay. She could just, let him do his thing. You know what I mean? Without killing him. If you don't want to kill him, you could probably just say, look, I'm not going to, even, you know what? Might even be sexy. Tie her up a little bit. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, tie her up. Yeah. That's
John seems like that kind of guy. She seems like that kind of girl.
Yeah. Tie her up. No problem.
Yeah.
Don't let her hit you anymore. Yeah. All right. They're back at dinner, man. They're back at dinner. Twice in one episode. Can I downvote this yet?
Yeah, downvote it for me too. I'm tired of dinner.
Yeah, the dinner.
They just meet in their quarters, dude. They don't have to like be at a dinner. I mean, I get it. It's probably
nice
nitpicky,
but it's excessive with the dinner.
Well, it's excessive. It's not like we downvote it every time.
Right. All right. So, hey, she gets to experience. We're gonna wait. So Claire and I, gets to actually experience Isaac's emotions for a minute, right?
Yes.
Except for all of a sudden they start to go away, and I'm glad this happened. So now I'm gonna upload.
Okay. So for me, I wanted to downvote this initially because I was like, oh no, I couldn't stand Data with an emotional chip. I couldn't stand it.
Right.
And now all of a sudden we see Isaac and Mark, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do the rest of this Orville stuff with Isaac like this. It just doesn't work for me.
Right. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Right. But then they ended up changing it. Right. And so we get to see this emotional journey, but then he turns back into Isaac. So I upvoted it.
Right.
So I went through like this down upvote thing. And I thought they just kind of did this really nicely.
Right. Because we can't have Isaac. We can't have an emotional Isaac. Can't
right.
Do it. So, and there's a reason for that because and we're about to find this out, but basically he was actually made by the Kalon. Well, Timus is one of the original Kalon that was made by people.
Yes.
Now this scene.
I love the look on her face.
This scene was so great. She's crying.
They both pulled this off so well.
Yeah.
Like if you look at her face right there, and like she looks like honestly tormented.
Right. Yeah, it was great. And the slow camera pan out.
I'm like, what the heck?
I'm risking a copyright strike here, but
here it is.
I'm upvoting this right here.
That was great. Upvote this for me, please.
It's so good.
I know we said in the beginning it was only supposed to be one upvote.
Looks like he went like 12 rounds with Muhammad Ali or something, man.
Mike Tyson just beat him up.
Mike Tyson. Like, hey, man, what you doing, bro? You got a nice little ear there on you. Let me have some of that ear.
He's trying to have, it's like trying to have sex with Mike Tyson in the bed.
Oh my God.
Like, and I love this because they're breaking up. Like John's like, okay, I've had enough.
Yeah, I can't take anymore.
Can't do this.
She beat him to death.
Oh my God. It's such a great premise. Like this is the kind of the Orville stuff that we love so much. We love the sci-fi, but when they dip into this kind of humor, it's really fantastic.
It's really good. This was very, very funny. It was very, very funny. I gotta go to sick bay. and she's just sits there crying. It's good. And that's when we get the explanation of why it didn't work for him or whatever. All right. I'm scanning through this. Okay, so they figured out, and see, I'm going to downvote this now because she has this epiphany where she's like, oh, I know how I can find common ground with the Genesi, the Kardashians. And she's like, oh, I've been divorced. And I'm like, where is that leap in logic? I don't.
It was with other men, but the men are not allowed to sleep with other women. So Kelly sleeping with another man and Ed did not was a way for them to like see that they have something in common.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's all there was. I mean, how else were you going to get them back to the table? It's not like these guys were suddenly going to agree. The Genesi weren't going to be like, oh, yeah, we agree with what's going on. So they had to have some sort of thing. And maybe it wasn't as clever as it could be, but I didn't feel like it really took me out of the game, you know?
Okay. All right.
Now, if they would have had a picture of what's his name, of Rob Lowe's blue character, right? Like a cameo, him walk by the door or something, that would have been cool.
Yeah, for me, I didn't quite understand the logic, but you know, whatever gets you there. And I guess they decide to continue on with negotiations. Cool.
Yeah, as long as they send a woman.
Right. Okay. So Atheist brought it up. You know, they trusted Kelly because she cheated on Ed, and obviously wasn't comfortable about it.
What?
Yeah, and that what you just said. What? That's how I felt. What? I don't
repeat it again. I must have missed it.
Atheist said, very strange. They trusted Kelly because she cheated on Ed and obviously was uncomfortable about it.
Well, they didn't understand. I think what I don't think they understood it as cheating. So, like in our society, would have been like, okay, that's cheating. But in their society, they can sleep with whoever they want. So they didn't really put it. I mean, she said the word cheating, but they may not have understood it as that. What they got it as is Kelly took her other man, you know, and that's the way they would have done it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so they liked Kelly because whatever.
She displayed something that they would do.
I'm just going to turn my brain off for that and just accept
Fair
it.
enough.
I mean, we're back in Claire. At least not in the restaurant, you know? And she gets a present from Isaac. How sweet. How sweet. Oh, going back to the restaurant. Ready? Back in the damn restaurant. Jesus. All right.
Wait, are they in the restaurant?
Yep. Back in the restaurant.
Are they? Okay.
Yep. Back in the restaurant.
Is that a restaurant?
It's hard to. Yes, it is. It's a restaurant.
Oh, it is. They're back in the restaurant 3 times in one episode.
3 times in one episode.
You know what that is? That's saving money on location shooting, bro.
Okay.
Thundercats ho!
Thundercats ho!
She's got a little braid.
She does. She has the Thundercats braid. Listen, there are 40 people in here. If you want to be part of the raffle, it's real simple. I'm going to put it back on the screen. Just type in !raffle, and you're going to be part of the giveaway. That is literally, quite literally ending very soon. So.
Nice.
Thundercats ho! Okay. And they're explaining why he doesn't. So she's going to accept him even though he cannot have emotions.
Yes. And I'm going to upvote that because I do feel like Claire making the right choice here, allowing Isaac to be who he needs to be. You know, it didn't take away from the character. She got to go through her journey. I thought this was really well done. And I doubt we'll be revisiting this relationship again in the last 3 episodes.
Yeah. I like this. I have a choice. She said, what she said? I don't know. It was a cool line. Something on your soul, your heart or your soul. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I do not have either.
He's like, that is not an actual organ. Yeah. That was good though. Very good. All right.
Okay. Here it is.
Last scene. All right. Shane, you run me through this, dude.
Okay. So obviously Charlie wants to apologize, but it's very difficult for her.
Right.
So she comes in and she does the whole thing. And of course, Isaac's in robot mode again. And, but she finds a way to apologize. He recognizes that she's trying to do so and then calls her back to help him. And then we have this moment where we realize that we're beyond this hate that she has for Isaac. And so going forward, it looks like all that's over now.
Yeah. So Isaac,
that was the comment. Yeah. So what did you think?
It just felt very empty to me, and it felt like I don't know.
I mean, her character had she learned something in this episode. She learned something about herself. She verbalized it. I thought there was a nice speech about how, and this is very true, about how human beings have a tendency to everything being black or white. It's difficult for nuance when we think of somebody or something as evil or good. We kind of make everything associated with that evil or good. And I thought she did a good job of, and that is very true. We have a tendency, like, let's say we talk about politics a lot. Let's say you're part of one political side. You have a lot of people tend to go like, well, look at those liberals or look at those conservatives, and they think whatever about those people, like they either hate them or they love them or whatever. But it's more nuanced than that. Everybody's an individual, and that was a nice message.
That's fair. But what I'm talking about is we should have seen a little bit of, like, she just like flips on a dime after that conversation with Timus.
No. Well, the Timus conversation is the story that started convincing her, but she walked away from the Timus confused. She didn't immediately change. She walked away from that unsure. And if you watch that scene again, you'll see that she's like, I got to get back to my station. And she has this moment of like where she's not so sure that what she was thinking was right. And then the good news is they didn't immediately go to the next scene with her going to Isaac. They went through the entire episode, which allowed us to understand that Charlie had the time to actually think about this until we got to the end. And then she was able to have this moment with Isaac.
Okay, that's fair. One thing here I like is that Isaac, even after saying that your inferior brain or whatever, your inferior abilities were only going to slow me down, after this whole thing, the guy with no emotion and no soul, whatever, was able to see how going a little slower but spending time with this person was valuable. I thought that was good.
Well, and he also did it for her.
Right.
So what he did was, that's, forget having feelings, the ability to understand what somebody else needs. Isaac has that. It's something he's developed.
That's empathy
from the beginning. And he knew she needed to be able to heal through this. And so bringing her back over was his way. The episode, I really liked the episode. I'd like to give it an overall upvote. And, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned about people's attitude towards TV shows right now. I got done watching the show and I felt like I should have had stronger feelings at the end of it. And I'm starting to worry that, that there's this muckiness happening across science fiction where there's kind of like this less overall care that I'm starting to have for science fiction shows, because that was actually a really well done episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, did you have that same sort of feeling?
I did like the episode. Yeah, I might be feeling a little tainted because, like, this whole season, I had a certain expectation that I was hoping for at the start of the season, and I'm finally getting some of the comedy and sort of the Orville stuff that I'm used to, but there's already been 6 other episodes. So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like we should have really, this episode should be one where you're like, man, that was really good. Like we would have in season 2. And I'm trying to figure, and it's not just us. And the reason I bring this up is not just us. I'm noticing it across the whole fandom. I'm noticing it for a lot of people. The views on the Orville are not as much as they used to be. There's like this apathy. And I don't know if things like Picard and Kenobi and all this stuff is kind of like just driven it out of us. Where there's not this excitement to watch these shows as much anymore. I'd love to hear what you have to think in the comments maybe we can have a discussion about it.
Right. Okay, well, we're going to end the review here. If you're watching this after the fact, then hit that comment section and let us know what you guys think of the episode. And for the giveaways, let's wrap it up. Okay, I'm going to give you guys another minute. I'm going to give you a minute. 1 minute. 1 minute to get your raffles in, guys. So you got to type out in the chat ! Raffle. And you will get put into the system as someone who can win the Blu-ray. All right, we're gonna do one more after this, but we got to end this one. So get into the raffle. You have a couple more. You have another 30 seconds.
And listen, there's going to be a couple of you guys who are watching this not live, and you're going to be desperately trying to figure out how to put ! Raffle in the chat. And I feel really sorry for you because that would be me. So don't feel bad that that's happening to you right now. And just get back on the live show next time and watch us at the live, and you'll get in on the raffle.
All right, that's it. There are 17 people in here. We're going to close it. We're going to close it for this one.
Drum roll. Wait, how long is this going to take? Is it fast?
I don't know.
How do we see it?
I've never done it.
You've never done this. It's the first time.
Here we go. We're about to find out. Here we go.
I can't wait. Nothing happened.
Well, on my screen it does, but I'm not seeing the actual thing pop up.
What?
So
okay.
I'll just show you guys who won. Here we go.
Yeah. The winner is.
It's supposed to pop up on the screen and show you who it is, but it didn't work. Archmage Frey is the winner of the Blu-ray.
All right.
It popped up in the chat. It just didn't pop up on the screen. That's
cool. Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
All right, Archmage Frey. Here's the deal, bro. I'm going to need your information, so please email us at
the Popcast. Just thepopcast@gmail.com. And by the way, anybody can
email. And it's in the
us.
chat. I put it in the chat. Thepopcast@gmail.com. Send us your information. We promise we won't send you a bomb or feces or anything like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna package up this Blu-ray, and I'm gonna put some other Popcast goodies in there and stickers and nonsense and stuff for you.
He's gonna put leftover shower scum from his tub.
Yeah, I got some extra Google Homes for you.
Congratulations, Archmage.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal, boys
and girls.
Wait. No. I'm trying to this.
Here's the deal, boys.
Oh yes.
We're gonna do one more. I'm gonna start the second giveaway. Now that everyone knows how it works, I'm gonna start the second giveaway right now, and wait for it to start, and then get your things in there, and then we'll continue on to our next thing.
I want to go back to a couple comments real quick. So John Burns here says, at Brian at Shane, so why did the genocide start? Uprising to genocide needs an explanation. Yeah, I mean, they didn't go deeply into it, John, but I think what they said was they tried to show us, from the perception of one family, that was basically what the entire society was apparently doing to all the Kalon. And then Tim has talked about the fact that once they were able to communicate with each other, that's when the planning for the genocide began. So I think there was a lot that we missed there. But that's what caused what happened in that family is essentially what caused the uprising for genocide.
Yeah, it showed the one family, but apparently it was happening with multiple families, I guess, right?
Like almost all of them or most of them.
Right.
Let's see what else. We got another comment in here. Homeless people owned and abused robots. Never poor when homeless. Never poor when homeless.
Okay, guys. I'm starting the second giveaway for the second disc. And next week, I have other Blu-rays and other merch we're going to give away. But this will be the second and final giveaway for today. Starting now.
It's like an event.
Yeah. So get it in there. If you have one more chance to win one of these Blu-rays. So
hey, this is a good point.
Exclamation point, Raffle. What's up, bro?
Fractured Vision wants to know: do we cover the taxes on the Blu-ray because of the for all of our overseas fans? We've got the VAT tax. So what we can do is a Fractured Vision. If we end up with an overseas person winning one of the prizes, we'll have to work something out.
Well, can't you just put like why does it have to be? It's a gift. What you pay taxes on a gift?
Well, here's the thing: is even when I send somebody a shirt, sometimes I put gift on it. But because you know what? It should be okay because it's going to come from Brian and it won't come from like the Popcast.
Right.
So when it comes through the mail, it will, and when we do it, we'll make sure we put gift or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So I send stuff overseas, and I was taught by my Nepalese friend, my Nepalese brother, how to avoid the tax, and I just put on there, gift, and I put the value as something like low. It's like $1.75 or something.
Something cheap.
Yeah. Anyways, get them in there. We're gonna go over the DCU stuff right now. So you guys have about 20 minutes to get your raffle on, and it's pretty simple. I'm
gonna win this next raffle, guys.
No, please don't sign up for the raffle last time. I had to pick a second winner because it was you did it again. Thanks, man.
I really want to win.
It only recognizes the Popcast Unleashed as the only one subscribed, so you instantly get 4 tickets.
4 tickets.
Oh,
I got 4 tickets.
Oh,
guess who's gonna win the raffle? Brian has them all. I don't have any.
You're killing me, dude. You're killing me.
I live to make your life harder. I'm sorry.
All right, let's talk about the DCU.
Every time he mutes that microphone, he's cussing at me. You guys just don't know it.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, what's up?
What's up? That's great. I don't know. I've never done that. Oh my gosh. I was never in that position.
All right.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so let me load up this DCU thing.
Yeah, Brian has a really good theory on this, so you guys are going to probably dig this. There's I know if you're not huge DC fans or whatever, you're going to want to stick around to hear this. If you liked Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is just beautifully done, made movie, then you're going to want to hear this next story.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so last week we talked about Henry Cavill probably coming back to the role of Superman, or is in negotiations to come back as Superman. Well, this week they announced that the DCEU was going to Hall H at Comic-Con. It's going to be a whole thing, even though they announced initially at the beginning of the year they weren't coming or going, and now they are, and it's a big thing. So we decided to look a little closer. Let's look a little closer at why they changed their minds. Why is DC now going to Comic-Con on July 23rd? They're going to Hall H. It's going to be a big event. And what is the connections between the Henry Cavill negotiations, the movies coming out, the screeners that they already showed? They already showed the screeners for The Flash and Aquaman and Black Adam and all that, Shazam. And now what are they adding to those movies? Because apparently they're adding additional scenes. So we broke it down. We broke it down and we got the information. So let's chat.
It's good theory.
Yeah.
It's good theory.
Yeah. So what do we know? All right. So DC is going to Comic-Con. They're going to Hall H. Shane, can you explain to our less savvy nerd friends what is Hall H?
Hall H is basically, if you go to Comic-Con, you're going there. Originally, it was basically to come together with all of your other comic book friends and get a bunch of stuff. But Hall H has become like this premiere or like big event center where things are going to be coming up and happening. So the way I understand it is if you go there, you're going to learn a lot about like what's about to happen and what's coming. And since they're going to Hall H, that may mean they're about to make some announcements.
Yeah, Hall H is like the big hall. That's like you can pack like a lot of people in there, like 1,000+ people in there. And not only can they pack people in there, but that's when they usually like Marvel takes over Hall H, and they have the big announcements of like the Phase 17 and whatever, and they show trailers and they show who's gonna be like when they announced Natalie Portman, as Thor. Like that was a Hall H announcement, that kind of stuff. We got a super chat from Orville Nation, and he says, "I'm sorry I'm late. Did you guys totally unleash yet?"
Brian unleashes every 5 minutes, so just hold on and it'll happen again.
I just unleashed all over the internet.
We did unleash our Orville review, so yeah,
we did.
But it was good. Unleash. We're glad you're here now.
We unleashed the
we mentioned your theory again, although the theory that you came up with, we think it was probably debunked this last episode. But
we're gonna have to talk about that in the members section.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to this. So they're going to Comic-Con, and big news. It's not only a big deal, but it's a big deal that they're starting to throw their weight, their money, their time, their effort, behind these upcoming blockbusters. So what's coming up? We have Black Adam coming out literally on my birthday, so that's what I'll be doing. And then after that, we're gonna have Aquaman, then Shazam, and then the Flash. And the Flash is gonna really modify the whole DC universe. It's gonna make changes to the DC universe, and hopefully those changes are for the better. We don't know yet. What we do know is that the guy that plays the Flash, Ezra Miller, is an insane person who has
sorry.
He has recently decided to literally start just being the Reverse Flash. He's
a supervillain now.
He's getting really into being the Reverse Flash, and he's a supervillain, and he's like grooming little kids, and like something's wrong with the guy. So the WB is, they kicked him out, but the movie's already made. It's already it's in the can. They're literally showing screeners, right?
Yep.
If they're showing screeners, then they're going to have to figure something out. So they're going to probably have to recast the character, which we don't know who's going to do that yet. People are talking about Elliot Page. That's a meme, guys. That's not going to happen. Regardless, they're going to have to recast him. So how do you have this big announcement and recast the Flash? How do you do all that? And ignore the fact that Ezra Miller is acting nuts, or like minimize how nutty your main character is. Well, probably need to make some big announcements to sort of try to what's the word? Minimize or like take away, distract from the audience the fact that Ezra Miller is insane.
Well, yeah, and it really begs the question is, what if he considerably broke the law and like went to prison? Would this movie still come out?
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's ever happened before where you've had something, I mean, I know that there's other actors in it, like Michael Keaton and some of the other players. So, but if it was just an Ezra Miller Flash movie, it makes me wonder if they wouldn't shelf it if Ezra Miller had done something that, despicable enough.
Well, no, I don't think they would. I don't think they would shelf it. So on that note, Pierce Brosnan is going to be Brosnan, whatever his name. This guy,
Pierce Brosnan. Yeah.
Thank you. He is going to be in Shazam. He's playing Dr. Fate.
No, Black Adam.
That's right, Black Adam. He's playing Dr. Fate, the Shazam verse, and he accidentally leaked like the Hall H trailer before everyone else did on social media. And it was like a Comic-Con event. Black Adam, Hall H, the Justice Society of America, Saturday, July 23rd, and then it was taken down. And then right after that, we got this, and I thought it was sort of funny. Like the second the old guy put that online too soon. The Rock jumps online real quick.
Boys and girls and children of all ages, get ready because the rumors are true. Get ready because the hype is real. Saturday, July 23rd. San Diego, California, stand up. Comic-Con, get ready, stand up, because guess who's coming to town? The most electrifying man in all of the DC universe is coming to town. See, you thought I was going one way with The Rock, but I went this way with Black Adam. They're both the same men. That's right. The most electrifying man in the DC universe, the electrifying one, the ruthless one, the man in black himself, Black Adam, is coming to Comic-Con, and I cannot wait. Look, you guys know me. You guys know that anytime I do an event like this, my main goal and objective is to always create something so special and unforgettable for you guys, the fans. And I think we're lining up an incredible Black Adam appearance. Black Adam is bringing gifts for all of you. And I'm also bringing the JSA, the Justice Society of America, Noah Centineo, Quintessa Swindell, Aldous Hodge, our great director, Jama Colette-Serra. You guys know how Comic-Con works. Hall H, Saturday, July 23rd. All 6,000 tickets are going to go just like that. So get there early. I will see you then.
Dang.
Finally, the man in black comes home to Comic-Con. Let's fucking go. I'll see you then.
Wonder how many times he did that before he got it just right.
He did it 37 times.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, this is the funny part. So this would happen. Pierce Brosnan accidentally releases the trailer early on his. And this is what I'm guessing. I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm gonna assume that Pierce Brosnan accidentally hit the share button a little too early on the Comic-Con trailer and beat everyone to the punch. And the studio's like, "Yo, get The Rock on the phone. We need to." And he's at the gym, and they're like, and he's got, "Yo, you got to talk about this thing. You got to get everyone piped up." And now at the gym, he literally has to stop and pull out his phone. He's got to did this impromptu Hall H announcement, because that is not the way you want to announce your Hall H thing. You know,
I actually thought it was great. No, I think that was fantastic.
It's fine, but this is a superhero thing. You want to have a big, huge trailer for it.
I mean, a trailer for Hall H?
Yeah, I mean, because they had a trailer, Shane. But Pierce Brosnan shared it early.
Oh, I see. So, couldn't they have just put out the trailer? Just because he shared it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, but right after that is when The Rock came out with that thing. And then also Zachary Levi too, came out pretty much around the same time with his own social media. He's not in the gym though. Here's his post.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Just taking a little moment of your time.
I'm gonna stop it real quick because
cats and kittens.
That's the best thing ever. So that's I want to hear
that.
That
is him.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Just taking a little moment of your time to give you an update that Shazam! Fury of the Gods will be large and in charge at San Diego Comic-Con the morning of Saturday the 23rd in the beloved Hall H. So we can't wait to see all of you fans there. You know that Comic-Con is one of my favorite places and one of my favorite times. I wish I was bringing a Nerd HQ this year. Unfortunately, I cannot. Maybe another year, who knows? But we cannot wait to unveil what we have ready to unveil to you that Saturday morning. For all you lucky 6,000 nerds that are going to be with us, can't wait to see you. For everybody else, stay tuned because whatever drops on that Saturday will eventually drop for you too. Sending all my love. Mwah. Can't wait to see you.
You need to cut that first scene out of there and put it on a thing.
Yeah, it's going to be the way this video starts. Hey, all you cats and kittens.
Yes, perfect. And we'll clip it so you can pop it up anytime you want.
Yeah.
Get rid of that Will Smith thing. Or Will Wheaton thing.
What?
We need a new one besides Will Wheaton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, he did just
It was great. It was great.
He did do that. He did. I'm so thrown off. So, all right. So they come out and, boom, we're getting the Hall H thing. So what's going on with Henry Cavill? Well, we know for a fact Henry Cavill is back in negotiations with Warner Brothers. He is asking for the farm now, right? He's asking for a ton of money. He's asking for a multi-screen deal, cameos, the whole nine. But this was the cameo we got from the first Shazam. When they couldn't lock down a deal, they showed Henry Cavill's body in his suit, but not his face, because they own Superman, not Henry Cavill, right? Well, it looks like that's changing. The leadership at Warner Brothers is not the leadership that started the DCEU. They were merged with Discovery, and now it's a completely different leadership. And here's even more good news. The guy that was kicked off, the CEO that didn't like Cavill and didn't like Zack Snyder, his name is Toby Emmerich. And Toby Emmerich stepped down right after that Discovery merger. And the guy who took his place is
Clark Kent.
What?
It's Clark Kent.
No,
Sorry,
it's not. The guy who took his face is oh man, I forgot his name. The guy, anyways, the CEO that took his place, though, actually is on record saying that the Warner Brothers completely misused the Superman character, and that was going to be that was something they had to fix. So he comes in, and boom, negotiations start. Okay, the company that The Rock owns, along with Danny Garcia, who is also the manager of Henry Cavill. So the manager for Henry Cavill and the manager for The Rock is the same person, Danny Garcia. And the production studio they own is called Seven Buck Productions, right? So just remember that real quick, and let's address this tweet. A fan tweeted at The Rock and said, "Hey, heroes, I can't wait for this movie. I don't care if there's no cameos in it, but if there are," and he showed he pushed together two logos, right? The Black Adam logo and the Superman logo. Well, who responded to that, Shane? The Rock responded to it.
Nice.
And he literally responded to that and said, "Look, from back in the day when I was wrestling in flea markets for $40 in a match, all the way to now, I've learned to always listen to the audience, because they will always lead you where you need to go. I hear you, and I always got you." And he went hashtag Black Adam at $7 production. Okay.
Interesting.
The reason I explain the $7 production stuff is really important. $7 production is co-founded by The Rock and this woman, Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is not just The Rock's manager, but also Henry Cavill's manager, and $7 production also reps Zachary Levi, Jason Momoa, other people, right? And they're not only producing Black Adam and Shazam, $7 Productions not only producing Black Adam and Shazam, but earlier this year, after the merger was announced, they said that they wanted to do the Superman. They said they were in talks to do the Superman story, that really famous one, Kingdom Come, which is about an older Superman that it's like Logan but for Superman, right? Well,
yes.
Around that time, we get a social media post from Danny Garcia, and she says, when you know all the things but you can't share because of NDAs, you filter and just say big things coming."
Yeah.
So consider that for a minute. This is they can't talk about it, but they clearly want to, right? They clearly want to talk about it. So The Rock and Henry Cavill are friends. They work out together. They're managed by the same people. They're part of the same production company. The Rock has gone on record multiple times saying that Black Adam and Superman must at some point fight and or team up. And it would make literally no sense at this moment for that person not to be Henry Cavill. Unless Henry Cavill is asking Warner Brothers for so much money that there's no way it happens. So if anyone over there has smarts, they're gonna back the dump truck up and give him what he needs to make to help the DCU become successful. Not only for Superman upcoming stuff, but because their screeners, all their screeners are doing great right now. They're doing wonderful.
Right.
And they're adding cameos to those screeners. So why would you add these like hidden face, like you know it's Superman, but you don't show Superman, if you're not really hoping to lock that deal down with Henry Cavill?
Well, he wants at least $10 million. We know he wants 8 figures.
This is the new CEO, by the way, and this was when he was talking about the fact that Superman's been mishandled.
Right. He wants 10 million. I mean, look at it this way. If you're going to do a movie that's going to make you at least $500 million, because that's what a superhero movie is going to probably do for Superman. I got to look at the other ones, but I mean, 10 million is nothing. 20 million is nothing. You could pay that guy $30 million and it's not going to affect the bottom line of your movie. And frankly speaking, he's going to bring people there. I mean, everybody that I can think of wants Henry Cavill to be Superman. So, if you want, what do you guys think? Do you think Henry Cavill should continue to be Superman, or do you not really care? I'd be curious to hear that.
Yeah. So I'll end with this thought. I think at this point, the only thing keeping Cavill from returning as Superman and joining the current slate of heroes would only be a short-sighted studio, or a studio that just couldn't afford what Henry Cavill was asking for.
So wasn't there something about maybe Zack Snyder coming back as well?
Yeah. So I'm sorry. You're right. Zack Snyder is going to also be at Hall H in Comic-Con. Now, here's a question, Shane. Let me put this. Why would the director of the Snyder Cut, which we've been told was the end of that run, and he's not part of the process anymore, why would he be going to Comic-Con for DC to be part of their Hall H?
There must be something coming.
Is he just promoting his digital release of the Justice League? No,
you would never do that.
Yeah, something's going on.
It's got to be something coming. There's something happening. There's a stir in the wind.
So I'm going to give you a little TRDR. What I think happened is, I think that they've already locked down a deal. I think they've locked a deal down with Cavill. And I think that this announcement, it was not planned. When they did lock this deal down and all the pieces are in place, they said, okay, let's go to Hall H. And I think one of the announcements is going to be that he's back as Superman. They're probably going to announce a Superman project. They're going to probably show a bunch of trailers. It's going to be a whole thing. And I really hope that, and I told Shane this yesterday, we know they have to recast, in Ezra Insane Miller. In order to do so, a great way to do it would do it the way they do in the comic books. Have that guy just get sucked into the Speed Force or something, and then someone else run out and show that it's one of the other versions of the Flash, because there are multiple people in the comic books that play the Flash. Barry Allen, Wally West, and to be frank, most of the people that are watching like the movies grew up with the Wally West version of the Flash and not the Barry Allen version of that. Barry Allen was the golden age comic books. People in there between in their 30s to 50s, like, we grew up with Wally West, not Barry Allen. So it would make sense to just give us Wally West and continue on. So
yeah, I think you get some really good points there. DC's got a huge year coming up, and the next year they already have 4 big movies coming over the next 12 months. So this is their time to shine. And I think you even said it yesterday. This is DC's moment. Marvel is kind of taking a knee. There's kind of a feeling that Marvel's pulling back to some degree, even though there's movies coming forward. DC can own the superhero space going forward for the next several years if they really want to, but they're going to have to take it.
Right. Yeah. If they want it, they're going to have to take it. And I believe that the new leadership at DC and Warner Brothers, now that the merger's been gone through, I believe that a lot of the toxic old leadership that had a problem with Zack Snyder and had a problem with, like, they were very controlling with the system, and they had issues with Cavill. I just think they're gone. I think the people that are in place now are a little less short, at the very least, a little less short-sighted, because they're making moves that are definitely more world building. And I'm with you. I want to see the Justice League story continue. So let us know what you guys think in the comments section. You guys want to see more? You want to see hashtag restore the Snyder Cut? You want to see Henry Cavill back? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, 20 more seconds. We're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up the main portion. Before we go to the members portion, I want to let you guys know we have one more of these Blu-rays to give away today. In order to join, exclamation point Raffle in the chat, and the system will pick you up. I'm gonna give you guys another 30 seconds.
Okay, well, real quick, I want to talk about a couple things. First, did we ever give our viewer score for the Orville review? I don't remember doing that.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we didn't. Yes, the viewer score was 18.
18. Okay, and we ended up with a 6, right?
We ended up with 6, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so that's cool. There's a couple of comments over here, I think. Toby Emmerich related to Roland at Popcast at Shane. No, John, he is not related to Roland Emmerich. Toby is an American, even though the last name is strange.
Although it would make a lot of sense if those two were related, because they make poor decisions.
Roland's made some really good decisions too, though. Let's be fair.
Yes, I mean, listen, my favorite all-time movie is Stargate. Made by all time? Yeah, that's my favorite movie, Stargate.
All time. It beats Tombstone. That you're telling me.
Yeah, I know, yeah, for sure. I'm not even really a Western guy. Like, Tombstone is a special movie that, like, I enjoy, but I'm not really into Westerns, man.
Well, I'm not necessarily either, but Tombstone's my number one movie. And
yeah, my number one. Yeah. No, that you and Dad share that in common. I like Tombstone, but it's not my number one. My favorite movie by far is Stargate, and it's made by Roland Emmerich. But I also, some of the worst movies I've ever seen were made by Roland Emmerich.
Ever seen? Oh, I don't know about that,
dude. Independence Day Resurgence is the biggest miss of all time.
Right, but now if you compare it to like what its expectation was, you're right. But comparing it to like movies of all time, I would say not.
Okay, yes, you're right. But the second you add expectation to that, you go, oh my God, how can you be so short-sighted? You know?
Yeah, well, that's true.
John Burns, is the Orville Nation going to SDCC or the podcast? I might go to Comic-Con because my kids want to go, but I don't think the Popcast is going per se.
Yeah, it's awfully crowded. We need a good reason to go to Comic-Con. If the Orville was going to Comic-Con, we'd be there.
Yeah, it's so crowded that it's no longer fun. So I remember going to Comic-Con when it was like normal crowded. And then the first year I remember going where it was like insane was remember when we went with Orlando Jones?
Right.
So Shane and I worked with Orlando Jones for a while, the actor. You might know him as like the 7-Up guy or Drumline. He's famous. But we went to Comic-Con one year with him, and that was the year, I don't know if you recall, Shane, but like I couldn't move, dude. It was like,
I do remember, yeah. It
was like shoulder to shoulder, and we had like, imagine it, everywhere you go, you have to squeeze to get through. And we had to like walk like it was like 3 city blocks to get to where we were going, and we had to walk through people like this.
Yeah, no, imagine during COVID. Whew.
And Shane and I, yeah, Mad TV, yes, Orlando Jones, yeah, we worked with him for a while, and a very good guy. So imagine this, like Orlando Jones is like the skinny, tall guy who can see over everyone, so he's able to like navigate through the crowd, and like it's pretty simple for him. Meanwhile, Shane and I are like big guys, and we're like, and we're trying to keep up with this guy who is like just swimming through the crowd, and we're like bulldozers, like. It was the worst. I did not enjoy that.
That's cool.
Anything else before we wrap this up?
Oh, Roland made The Happening. You're right, John. That's a huge mistake. That was one of the worst movies of all time.
Oh,
John's right.
Was that
The Happening?
That was with Marky Mark?
Oh wait, no. The Happening was. Did Roland make The Happening? No, because that was M. Night Shyamalan made The Happening.
That was bad though. It's happening.
But that was terrible.
Is it happening? It's happening.
Oh my gosh, dude! No, that was so terrible with Mark Wahlberg, and you're like the whole setup for the movie is like pretty fascinating. You're like, oh my god, what's this thing gonna be? And at the end, you're like, get me out of here! This was awful.
What a mistake that was, dude.
Oh, so bad.
What a mistake. All right, guys, 10 more seconds. Get it in there. Type in exclamation point raffle to be a part of it. There's only 11 people in here, which makes no sense. Like if I was watching a stream and someone say I'm giving away something free, I would just type it in, guys. Type it in.
But maybe they don't want the Blu-ray.
Oh, maybe it is. So that's another thing. Let me know if you guys aren't interested in the Blu-ray. What other kind of merch would you want? Just this is what we have right now. I got pop figures. I got comic books. I got a bunch of Blu-rays. Like I really hope you guys like Blu-rays, right? Like for real. I bought
Walmart's having a sale on Blu-rays.
I bought a ton of these Blu-rays. I really hope you guys like Blu-rays. But we also have little Bluetooth speakers, Bluetooth headphones, a ton of those ship model ships for Star Trek. We got some Stargate stuff, little Stargate stuff, like the little gate emblems and all that. We have a lot of little stuff. And so we're testing the system out this week with the Blu-rays because it's really easy to ship a Blu-ray. And we didn't want to like test it out with a lot of things and then like have issues. Now that we know it's working, yes, we have action figures. Now that we know it's working, we'll be able to. He
wants action figures of us.
Oh my god! I thought about getting you a bobblehead of us for Christmas last year.
Dude, that would be fantastic. I got to show you something. It doesn't look as good, but look at this.
Oh,
my wife got that.
You got one. Look at that.
Yeah, my wife got it for me for Father's Day.
And you're wearing the Popcast hat. That's awesome.
See my Popcast hat, right? And it's even got my tattoo on it.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
A lot of cool stuff. We have posters. We have the steel plates. We have a lot of really cool stuff to give away. We've been collecting it for a long time, waiting for this 100K challenge. And we realized that we're not going to be able to give it all away on that 100K challenge.
We have too much stuff.
We have too much stuff to give away. So we got to start giving it away before then. So we're going to wrap up this giveaway. But please let us know if there's stuff that you want specifically. And yes, Joe Malazzi did come from Stargate. All right, here we go. Yeah. We're closing the second giveaway. You know what? I think we should have a giveaway in the member section too.
Can you do that?
Yeah. Maybe we'll give away a shirt.
Let's do 2 giveaways in the member section. Wait, how do you do that though? It's got to be during the live portion.
Oh yeah, it's attached to the live.
Okay, well, no, we can though. During the member stream, if you come over to the member stream, we're going to give away something else. Let's give away. What do you have? Grab something cool, not a Blu-ray.
Not a Blu-ray. Okay. All right. One
you
second.
Got something?
Let me get something really cool.
Okay, he's going to get something cool. If he can't, I will come up with something cool to give you guys because, yeah, the member section needs to have.
All right, I have something cool.
Okay, what is it?
Speaking of pop figures, the Hulk pop figure.
Okay, cool. A Hulk pop figure.
Why is it upside down in there, dude?
I don't know. Can you show it?
Yeah, hold up. It's upside down. I think I took it out and put it in wrong.
Had a glare when you stuck it up. Oh, it's the helmeted Hulk.
Yeah, it's the Thor. Yeah, it's the War World Hulk.
Yeah, there you go. That's Hulk, in the member section, guys.
World War Hulk.
Look, 1 month in the member section. If you win it, it's worth the value of what is that thing like? $15?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no
idea.
The
drum roll.
It is rad though. All right, cool. Ready? We have closed it. Here we go. The Dork Knight.
What?
The Dork
Danny
Knight
won.
is the winner.
Oh, see, look, he complained a bunch on the first one, so that's how come he won the second one.
He also put like 30 raffle things in there. So, congratulations,
Wait,
Danny. You won.
Good job, Danny. Congrats.
So,
He was
Danny, let us,
complaining that he didn't get one for free.
email me or Slack me or whatever. You have other ways to get a hold of us, and let us give us your contact information so I can send this out to you. I will also send you a Popcast shirt or something.
No, he already got a free shirt lately.
Oh, did you? You sent him a shirt
He got
already?
hooked up.
Oh,
He got hooked up.
whatever. I'll send him some Popcast.
Oh, he probably mad at me because I said that because he could have got another one.
Oh, whatever. Look, I'm gonna throw Popcast stuff in the packages, okay?
Yeah. Although, if you guys want to see some fan art, you guys should go to Mixed Tees and look at the Dork Knights stuff. He's got some designs up there. He's a pretty good artist.
Okay, so we are going to the members section. If you guys don't know how to get there, I'm just gonna keep holding this up right there. Yeah, I'll put it right here.
Why was the Hulk upside down? You would be too after a night with Tala. Nice one, John. Nice one.
So we are going to go to the members section, and please.
What are we going to talk about?
You can join us at popcast.co/join, like you see on screen. You can also see the first link in the description. Also, when I end this stream, it is going to automatically try to take you there. Here's
what we got.
Let me put that link in there.
Well, while you're putting the link, I'll tell them what they're going to see. So we're going to go to the member section, and we're going to be talking about Star Trek Discovery's Sonequa Martin Green, who plays Michael Burnham, responds to criticisms about the show. So we're going to go to that. Kate Mulgrew, of course, who played Captain Janeway, is talking about returning to Star Trek, and not just, I don't think, as a cartoon either. And of course, we're going to be talking about the Rings of Power showrunners. And I don't know if a lot of people realize how inexperienced these guys are, and is that going to be good or bad? So we got some stuff to talk about.
Yes, and I put the link in the chat. So you have multiple ways to get there. We're going to the members section, and we're gonna be giving away that pop figure. Congratulations to the people that won the Blu-rays. Again, let us know in the comment section what you guys think, or in chat. What kind of stuff would you like? We have so much stuff. So specifically next week, let me know what you want next week, and I will try to pull out, the closest thing to that for the giveaway.
Okay. Have a good dinner, John. Thanks.
Have a good one, guys. We are going to the members section where the water is warm because Shane peed in it. Like you.
That's right, baby.
Oh, yeah.
See you guys next week.
All right.
Or follow us on over.